early light. Oh, so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we walked were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular upon spur, singing out, yeah, through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome to Inside the Gamecocks, the morning show, presented by the West Law Firm and Resto Pros of the Midlands, part of the Chief Sports Network, and proud partners of On 3, Go Gamecocks.
He'll be fine on the mountain.
Consecutive home runs for Carolina.
It is good. It's gone.
He's in. Touchdown. Lions with a throw to the plate.
He's going to score. It's a walk-off.
Touchdown, South Carolina.
Well, I have a microphone and you don't.
So you will listen to every damn word I have to say.
Papa Top again.
Freak it.
Finally, Friday, I'm free again. I got my motor running for a wild weekend.
Freak out, yo.
Oh, don't you dare look back, just keep your eyes on me. I said you're holding out, she said shut up and dance with me. This woman is my destiny. She said ooh, ooh, shut up and dance. Don't you dare look back, just keep your eyes on me. I said you're holding back, she said shut up and dance with me. This woman is my destiny. She said ooh, ooh, shut up and dance with me.
All right, man. Happy Friday, and greetings and good morning and welcome aboard and welcome home. All the good stuff inside the Gamecocks, the morning show presented by our friends at Resto Pros, who are always there when you need them. Resto Pros of the Midlands. Resto Pros MidlandsSC.com. Love those guys. Love what they do. Appreciate everything. Cleaning up a mess if you've got one, Resto Pros of the Midlands. And, of course, our buddies at the West Law Firm, if you've got a personal mess, they can help you out with that. And they've been doing it for over 8 decades. Visit West Law Firm, sc.com. And in honor of my friend Mason West, go Stags, because he's a big Berkeley Stags guy. He was a baseball player there and proudly supports our athletics department. He supports all athletics departments, but we all have a hometown, and his happens to be beautiful Moncks Corner, South Carolina. There is Matt Anderson, the king of late night, our king of late night. And he'll be with us throughout the morning and early afternoon. John Strickland will be in hour number 2. We are 1 week from the first Inside the Gamecocks preview show of the season. And this year we're, a lot of the same with the structure and stuff like that. But old Matt here has really taken a liking to the analytics department. So I think we'll make sure that that's implemented. Usually, Mr. Anderson, you do know that I'm the one that does actually all the prep work for that show. I'm sure you figured that out over the years. And usually there's a lot of analytical stuff in there from me. I think I'm just I'm going to hang that hat up this year and let you come in the door with whatever, we'll fuss and discuss before and prepare, and you can come in with the analytics, and I'll go do other things. How about that?
You know what, JB, that sounds fine. You wear many hats for this network and the website, so I'm happy to take that one off your plate until I screw it up, and then just tell me,
No.
Matt, no, we're not doing that anymore.
Numbers are numbers, man. I don't know if you can mess those up. They just are what they are. So we're looking forward to that. Speaking of numbers, Raphael Esparza, he's got to be good with those. He's a global odds maker, so he'll be here in about 15 minutes, and we'll be able to get through actual game odds. College football has already really begun. Did you watch any college football games last night? Any of the FCS games?
No, I was actually locked into the Braves Dodgers last night. So I watched that one, and that was great.
We're talking to Raphael about that. Braves are going to win the World Series. They just swept the Dodgers. So you can make the case that they're the hottest team in baseball. When you sweep the Dodgers, you've done all right.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris Sale with a performance for the ages last night. I mean, come on, man. And did you see
I just sat there watching. I was like, they kept mentioning the broadcast, he hasn't had a complete game shutout since 2019. And you think about aging players, right? And Chris Sale, he's not a young buck anymore. But that's just those memories that you'll remember as a Braves fan. Like maybe that's the last time he does it. Maybe it prepared him to do it in October and maybe in the World Series. And you get that mentality, right? Of I can still do this. In my old age, JB, there's some things like, wow, I really can still do it. Well, let me go do it again.
Well, did you see the post-game interview?
I did not. I haven't seen it yet.
Apparently he had they got the news yesterday, his family, that they had a very close family friend pass away.
Oh my god.
And he decided to still toe the rubber and pitch last night. So it was a pretty emotional night for him. So he shuts the Dodgers out 9 innings. And he struck out Ohtani the first time he'd hit 100 miles an hour in 7 years, I think, or 8 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, if that doesn't, look, man.
Angels in the outfield, my friend.
There's no doubt. I am obviously, as you know, a believer in my faith, and in saying that, in the game of baseball, the baseball gods do exist. They do exist. So when those come together, things could be pretty special. What a night for the Atlanta Braves and for Chris Sale. There's no doubt about that. Good to see everybody today in our McKellar Enterprises chat box. I really appreciate we've got a good look. Every day when we add up our numbers and things like that, people watch on YouTube, they watch on our app, they watch on social media, like on X, and they go back. So all of you don't really actually see what we see from a number standpoint, and that's why we're number one again this year. But there's generally about somewhere between 10 and 12,000 a day that tune in to our program, and we really appreciate that. And there's a lot of you who are in here every single day
Yep.
as club chief members, and I probably don't get I don't do a good enough job in really paying attention, and I think y'all know that. It's kind of a running joke, and that's okay. I'm all right with that, but I've got a lot going on at one time trying to host a program here, and so I just want to say thanks. We really appreciate y'all, and we're glad that you're all along for this ride once again. And there's it means a lot. It means a lot to all of us. So thank you for being here, and we'll see how many more years I've got in me to put a microphone in front of my face every day and talk. I don't know. At some point in time, I'm gonna want to give this up and pass it down to somebody else. But we certainly appreciate all you guys and gals. We love the ladies. Yep. We love the mom of the group, Hope. I know there's plenty more women than her, but she's the mom of the group, and certainly appreciate all that. All right, we got a Gamecock report, so let's get to it. Presented by Gamecock Traditions.
What's going on in Gamecock country? It's the Gamecock Report, presented by Gamecock Traditions on the morning show. Visit GamecockTraditions.com or in Lexington and get your gear and apparel today.
Okay, all right, 10:08 here. So we've got all right, how the hell do I find this? Bear with me, everybody, because so Chad Holbrook just sent me a text here, and I've got this in my notes that the as of 9 minutes ago, the tickets are on sale if you'd like to go watch the Cougars and the Gamecocks play their fall scrimmage at Seger Park on Friday, October the 16th. But he just sent me the link, but I don't know where the link is. You gotta
copy the link in the text, email it to yourself, send it to Phil, let Phil put it out there.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
It can be a bear, man. You just wish, when Elon figures this whole thing out, you'll just think it'll pop up in the chat box.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to sit Phil, pop in here. Where you at? Somebody wake Phil up.
Oh, he's here.
Oh, okay.
He's shouting, actually.
I'm shouting.
Okay. If I forward, so can I forward this to your cell phone and then you get it up, or do I need to send it to your email?
Email is one less step for me, but one more step for you. So
one more step for mankind.
That's right. It all depends on how generous you're feeling this morning.
Well,
Dexter just said Columbia Fireflies just sent out an email with the link to the tickets.
Okay, that's it then. Okay, all right. Yeah. So, and I'm going
to. This is why I pay attention to the chat box. Help out at these situations.
Well, I appreciate you doing that. Let's see here.
Columbia Fireflies.
Okay.
I don't get their emails, so
I got it.
All right.
I'm sending you what Holbrook sent me.
Okay, sweet.
To I don't know where you'll put this. It's a graphic. You can scan the barcode.
Oh,
is that cool? I don't know how the hell you're going to do that. The link is on the Fireflies website. I just got a text about that too, and Matt just said it. All right, so all of our bases are covered. Anyways, that's going to be a lot of fun. Carolina's off that weekend, and obviously with Coach Holbrook and Coach Lee with the Cougs now and stuff, there'll be some neat tie-ins to that ball game. It'll be neat. 6:30 Friday, October the 16th. Tickets are now on sale. So there you go. Is that cool?
Oh, I got this. Yeah, hold on.
Like you can if you need to pop it up on the screen or something too. If anybody wants tickets, like right now, you can scan it or just put it out on social.
Yeah, I can do that.
People can scan it on social. I've always wondered, by the way, how do you if you're scrolling and you see how do you scan a barcode that's on X while you're scrolling?
You have to take a screenshot and then open it. If you're on Apple and you open it in your photos, and then you can put your finger on it in photos, and it'll say, "Oh, hey, do you want to You want to go to the website, and then you
My
just
mind's
click
blown because I've had the
open
same
in
thought
Chrome.
as JB forever. Like, do I need to get my wife's phone? Hey, scan this, copy and paste, send it back to me. Did not know that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you open it in Photos and put your finger over it, it'll recognize the QR.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're older, so it takes a while to figure it out.
Well, they're on sale to the public. I know that. I know that. Matt says it right there because I got my email too. The Gamecock Club members were able to buy early, but this I don't have to buy tickets to this game.
Lucky you.
I don't have to buy the tickets to this.
Yeah. I mean, somebody's going to post that on a message board somewhere. They just can't stand them.
So are these going to be tickets we need to put in our Apple Wallet, JB, or are these going to be printed out tickets?
Yeah,
You're asking the wrong dude.
This is going to be some download only stuff here.
I don't know. Probably download only stuff. Tell you what, man, the Firefly Stadium is cool. I was there again. We were there for the Clemson Carolina game this year, and upstairs, like in the little suite area, the media up there, it's very small. There's not a lot of media that covers minor league games. So me and Whittle and Kornblut and a bunch of us were sitting out like in the main suite area. It's when Kornblut ran his power cord across the floor, tried to tuck it under a couch. People were tripping over it. Some lady broke her neck. Phil Kornblut, sue those guys. No, everybody was fine. Last night in beautiful Laramie, Wyoming, where my in-laws live, my father-in-law at least, and stepmother-in-law. South Carolina women's soccer beat the Cowgirls. They are now 4-1. They'll head to Colorado State on Sunday. Colorado State is only about an hour from Laramie, so spending some time out there, maybe getting some hiking in, get a steak or two. Bunch of breweries to go to out there. Girls, if you're over 21. Congratulations, women's soccer. Tonight's a big night in men's soccer. They got that team in the upstate in town looking for point number 2 in the Palmetto series. 7 o'clock kick. Tony Annan's group is 2-0. They are 2-0, and they've scored 8 goals in their first 2 matches of the year. So go Gamecocks tonight against that team in the upstate. Volleyball hosts the Gamecock Classic this weekend. This is a good weekend on campus at South Carolina. If you want to just watch sports one weekend before you can watch football at Williams-Brice, they got Greensboro tonight at 7, Northeastern at 1 on Sunday. That's part of the Gamecock Classic where free rally towels are going to be handed out in both matches. Men's golf opens the season on Monday. If you'd like to watch them, you can head to Knoxville, actually Farragut, Tennessee. Farragut, Tennessee.
Farragut?
I think. I've been there before. I knew a girl from there who went to Carolina. I'm pretty sure she used to say Farragut. Maybe that's just how she talked.
I don't know. I say Farragut, but I spent some formative years in Northern Virginia where that's how they pronounce it up there.
Well, you also know not to ask me.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go with that.
Yeah, Matt, why don't you weigh in on how to pronounce this weird word?
Yeah. No. Todd? Where's Todd? Todd was on last night.
Yeah, that's good to hear Todd's voice last night.
If you missed it, Beamer gave a lengthy injury report. I'm just kidding. Nothing new. Brady Hunt, he said, would be questionable if they had to play Saturday, which means he's probable for next weekend. He'll be in there. Carolina practices today from 4 to 5:30. And then, they're off tonight. And they're off tomorrow, Friday night. Friday night at 5 Point Social.
Yeah, this is the character check that at the beginning of the season, right?
Yeah.
The
Strick's gonna be on in a little while. There's a country music artist playing at 5 Point Social tonight, so I'm gonna figure out if that's gonna be the new football hangout.
Well, you kind of got it figured out now. Strick is now just going to narc. He's going to narc on these guys. Be like, hey, they were out and about. They were doing bad things.
Yeah.
But no, I'm joking. We got good kids on this team.
All right. Breaking news from the University of South Carolina. Get your tickets now. South Carolina will open the 2028 football season against Bowling Green. 2 schools have announced. That will be on Saturday, August the 26th. 2028 now. So that'll be the first game in Williams-Brice Stadium after all of the renovations are totally completed. It'll be the Bowling Green Falcons and the South Carolina Gamecocks.
That'll be week 0 as well.
Well, yeah, that's And this, that, and the other. Yep.
How many times the Gamecocks played on week 0? Was the BT game on week 0?
Oh, I don't know.
No, that was Labor Day weekend, I think.
Yeah. That'll be the earliest game by date in Williams-Brice Stadium history.
Wow.
The earliest game ever happened twice. I was at both of them, matter of fact. The first was August 28th, NC State, 34-0. If anybody remembers that one, to open Steve Spurrier's 4th season in Columbia. The second, well, you'd probably rather me not say it. That would be Texas A&M in 2014. Old Kenny Trill.
Yeah.
So this will be the earliest kick ever. Bowling Green. Also, in addition, Wofford and Clemson, of course, Clemson. But Wofford is the other non-conference opponent on that 28 schedule. Home conference games in 28 against Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, Kentucky, and Oklahoma. Road tilts, Florida, Mississippi State, Tennessee, Texas A&M. So the schedule is complete for 2028, except for the exact dates for the SEC.
23rd, you said, for that Bowling Green? Yeah.
26, August 26.
August. Oh, I'm looking at I'm an idiot. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And hat tip to Lauren. Lauren, I'm promoting you. You are a co-mother hen with Hope. We love you in here. We really appreciate you. I think she lives in Mount Pleasant, my hometown. So I should have had her up there all along. I apologize for that. She said she watched a little bit of the Furman game. She watched a little bit of the Towson game. We might crush those guys.
Yeah, I didn't get to see it, but from what I was keeping up with on the message board, so it looks like it's going to be a good one for the game.
That's a dynamite drop-in.
Hope you're right. That one doesn't need to be close. Well done, Lauren. All right, it's 10:19. Gamecock Traditions. Y'all see these hats? You can get them there. GamecockTraditions.com. The Ribo hats are fully in stock, just like the Nike gear. Ribo Carolina, or shopribo.com with them as well. But Gamecock Traditions, you got 1 week to get all your Carolina stuff ready before you get to a pretty warm Williams-Brice Stadium next Saturday. But this weekend, there is college football. Raphael Esparza is our global odds maker, and we're going to go through those ball games when we return.
If you own a home, don't wait on these home safety tips. Flush your water heater, clean your dryer vent, and inspect your roof annually. Don't forget to check washer hoses and caulk in wet areas. Visit RestoProsMidlandsSC.com.
A really common fear in a workman's compensation case is what's going to happen to my job if I report this injury? And my answer to that is you still need to report your injury. I'm dealing directly with the insurance company, and the insurance company is going to treat you like a file number. So let me make sure that doesn't happen to you. Let me get involved in your workman's compensation case.
Ryan Brewer Fence offers a variety of services ranging from fences and railings to columns. Our craftsmanship, experience, and service is second to none. Visit ryanbrewer.net today.
Why are you throwing all that money over the falls? If you're buying a Honda or Toyota, that's exactly what you're doing. Look at the Kia Sorento. Get a third-row SUV for $8,000 less than the Highlander. Toyota only has a 5-year warranty. JT's Kia has a 1,000,000-mile warranty.
Don't forget JT's Advantage Package. Oil changes, roadside assistance, and so much more.
Choosing a Sorento over a Highlander is a no-brainer. More features, better warranty, and you save over $8,000.
We're serious about saving you money.
Killian Road, I-77, or Greystone Boulevard.
JT's Kia.
Is this your golf game? It doesn't have to be. Visit McKellarEnterprises.org and improve your game today.
Do you carry Carry responsibly with us. What could you lose from a self-defense act? Visit protectwithbear.com to find out more. Protectwithbear.com.
This is inside the Gamecocks, under a Carolina sky, where we all want to be.
Under a Carolina sky is where I wanna be. Oh, 'cause sandstorm's going wild, the best of the SEC. It's this town, it's this team, it's got a hold on me. Oh, I've had some of the best nights of my life. Under a Carolina sky.
Yeah, Mary English. Matter of fact, the Mary English is going to be playing next Friday night before kickoff at 5 Point Social. She'll be back down there, and she is wonderful and has done a wonderful job. And that song is obviously one of the really neat ones that's out there about the University of South Carolina. This guy's pretty neat himself. It's time to actually talk ball. Raphael Esparza, global odds maker, joins us as he will do every Friday throughout the fall to get through all the odds and all the fun stuff. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning. What happened to Tom Selleck and his mustache? Where did he go? Where'd Mad Dog go?
We haven't assumed our final form yet on Fridays yet here, Raphael.
I just-
so
I
don't have a
popped-
good layout. Yeah, but
I popped in. I'm like, where'd Tom Selleck go? I mean,
where's Tom Selleck?
The
I do
ball-
have a question
the ball
though.
Tom Selleck.
Should I just go ahead and put all my money on PCA winning the MVP, or should I just put half of it right now?
Don't put all your money. I mean, he hasn't. I mean, yeah, he's had a couple home runs, but he only had one hit in his last series.
Kind of falling off. I know.
Yeah, so I wouldn't. I mean, granted, the Dodgers just got swept. I mean, Chris Sale, threw 100 miles per hour yesterday. He hasn't done that in years. Throws 109 pitches yesterday. Fantastic for Atlanta. Great game, but I wouldn't put all your money on PCA because last time I checked, the Cubs still had to play, I think, 26 games, and anything can happen in 26 games.
Oh, especially, well, we're Cubs fans, so we know anything can happen in 20.
Yeah, they're pretty much closer to getting out of the playoffs than they are winning the division. It's just if they don't, let's say if they just tank. I shouldn't say tank. Let's say if they just mediocre and they don't make it in, then this talk that we had for the last 3 weeks was just the talk of these pro players trying to go back to college. Useless talk.
Useless. That's right.
The Cubs are going to be just fine. The Brewers are not going to win the World Series.
No, the Brewers are they're like the Buffalo Bills. They make it to the playoffs and then they lose in the Buffalo Bills and Milwaukee Brewers are related.
Well, except for the folks in Milwaukee aren't jumping off of roofs and landing on tables.
No, but every year we have to hear. I mean, the Brewers they win a division and make the playoffs. It almost seems like every year. And then do we see them in the series? No. Buffalo Bills, they're in the playoffs every year. Do we see them on Super Bowl Sunday? No.
All right, hold on here. Let me go. I got to pull up the World Series schedule so I can make sure I'm not busy when the Braves are playing the Red Sox.
I like the Braves.
Yeah, they're going to win. They're going to win the World Series. All right,
I don't know about the Red Sox being in the World Series. So
well, yeah, but they are. The Red
I think
Sox
there's like
be in the
3 fans in Tampa that might be mad at you.
That's right.
No, the Red Sox will get in there. They're playing. I mean, they're playing so well. They're going to be fine. So it'll be the Braves and the Red Sox. It's going to be the World Series we've all dreamed of for decades. And then the Braves will win it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boston. This is going to be the Hank Aaron World Series.
I don't know that many people who dreamt that. More of a nightmare, I think.
I would dream that. The Braves and the Red Sox in the World Series.
Be more specific. You dream that, not everybody.
Yeah, but considering this is my show, I'm going to speak for everybody
You
here.
can speak for everyone.
Okay.
I apologize. I forgot which show I was on. I thought I was on Mad Dog show. I apologize.
No, this is not the Mad Dog.
He
Hour.
can make it his show real quick by one click of the button.
That's right. Don't tempt me.
Yeah, don't tempt me with a good time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was. I asked Matt earlier if he saw the post game interview about his friend passing away before the game, and he decided to continue to pitch. He said he missed that, but wow, what a day for Atlanta and Chris Sale. That's
What a
crazy.
day yesterday. I mean, I know people probably forgot, but preseason 3 was yesterday, even though we had some FCS football on. I would rather watch FCS football than preseason week 3. But the dog won 3 out of 4 games yesterday, and now that means, I wrote down 26-10 against the spread. The dog is preseason, and for road dogs, they're now 17-3-1 against the spread this year in preseason football.
Ooh, why is that?
For setting odds for preseason, we still have to make those teams when we're talking to Packers, these big names, the favorite, because people are going to bet them because they're the names. They're the Packers, they're the Steelers, they're the Chiefs, stuff like that. They're going to bet them no matter if they found out the practice squad's playing against the starters. So they're still going to put that action on there. Granted, we're not taking 10K bets on preseason or 6-figure bets on preseason, but Joe Public is betting those team names. So we pretty much have to respect that.
You see what Sean McVay came out and said the other day? He got asked a question about a rookie wide receiver, I think, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't care how many catches he has in the preseason. Like, I don't." He was like, "The preseason doesn't matter. It's all about practice and what he's putting on film." And people are just starved for football, though.
Yeah, I mean, perfect example. The Saints pretty much said yesterday that not one starter's playing in this game. He said the starters have had I don't know how many snaps during these scrimmages against other teams. He's like, I don't need to see them in week 3. That's why I think we should just have 2 preseason games and call it a day.
I don't know. Fine with me. But we don't have the right people in charge of any sports out there, seemingly. I was blown away a couple of weeks ago when we were talking to the great Phil Steele, and I asked him, have you been approached about being on the college football playoff committee? He said, nope. Why not? I have no idea. Would you entertain it? Absolutely. I'm like, the guy that watches every snap and literally doesn't sleep. I mean, the guy, he does not sleep, puts out every bit of information. Nobody's even thought, well, maybe he knows something about who should be in the playoffs. No?
It's too easy.
Okay. All right. Well,
the reason why I think college football and us as viewers and fans, we like this chaos. We like all the stuff that the SEC or LSU players are suing and all this, because you know what? It keeps their program, it keeps college football in the limelight. It steals NFL limelight, talking about all this craziness. Is this craziness bad for the sport? Yes, but we're talking about the sport.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I'll give you the floor. We're not in Louisiana. We're in South Carolina. And they have found a way to literally make the entire country pull for Clemson next weekend.
Oh. I was on the air yesterday and talking about this. And you guys know where I live, and you guys know I love to make fun of LSU and stuff like that. This gives me more fuel for hatred for them. The stupidity that comes out. But you know what? I'll be devil's advocate. If you're Lane Kiffin, you need this, because there's not one coach in college football that needs to win quick, and that's him at LSU.
That's a good point. And this is all going on down there while they're burying the great Skip Bertman too, who just did nothing but good for college athletics over the years. All right, I see you just hold off on that question for a second there, pal. All right, somebody mentioned, one of y'all mentioned, starved for football. Well, the college or the collegiate side of it will begin to feed you this weekend. North Carolina and TCU will kick off Saturday's week 0, if you will, in Aviva Stadium over in Dublin, Ireland. The Longhorns, the Horned Frogs, of Texas Christian, without Kendall Briles, who is now here in Columbia, South Carolina. They get Bill Belichick and the Tar Heels. The total in this ball game, Raphael, if my numbers are off, please correct me. The total in this ball game is 46.5, and again, the Horned Frogs are 8.5-point favorites.
Yeah, it's pretty much 46.5 across the board. This one was interesting because a lot of 9.5s popped up 2 days ago and yesterday, and it's starting to come down, which think it goes back up because I think the public is going to realize, oh, there's football on Saturday afternoon or wherever part of town, state you live in. I think it's noon Eastern, 11 o'clock Central Standard Time. I think they're going to continue to bet TCU is going to be one of the biggest parlay teams, one of the biggest teaser teams. So it would not shock me if I still, which I think I said last week on your show, I still think this one goes to 10 by kickoff. So if it does go to double digits, I might have to sprinkle maybe some pizza money on North Carolina. I can see TCU, winning, let's say 29-20, something like that, some kind of frame like that. But TCU wins, but wow, double digits might be a little bit hard. I have other teams that are playing on Saturday that I think win by double digits.
I'm trying to see, what did I took TCU. This will be out on Gamecock Central today at 12:15, I believe. I've got TCU winning 31-21.
So 10. So if you did so you're like, pick it now if you like it. Well, there's a couple 8. FanDuel has it at 8.5. So there's there's 8.5, 9, and 9.5. So normally when you see 3 different numbers, tells you what books need North Carolina and what books don't need North Carolina. So when there's 3 different odds out there, that means just look at what the book needs and what the book doesn't need. That's what they're telling you.
Okay.
Good insight.
San Jose State's going to make their NBC debut tomorrow because they got to go to LA and take on Southern Cal. The Trojans are ranked 14th in the country in the preseason. It's a 38.5 point spread. The total 61.5. If you're laying money, is 38.5 too big?
Well, this number opened up at 35. So if you see what the number opened up, you missed a better number. But I can see this number going up to 40. Now, if this was a night game, let's backdoor put Memphis UNLV at this time slot and USC at the last game. This one will be a solid 40 by kickoff. One thing I do like is I do like San Jose State's team total over 8.5 because I have this final score 58-10. So I think they can put some points on the board. San Jose State has Old Navy head coach, and I'm going to butcher his last name. Last year, everyone thought he was going to run the ball, but he was a pass-happy team at San Jose State. Now he's got 2 running backs. I think that can be able to control the tempo and maybe keep his defense off the field. I can see them falling over a touchdown or maybe kicking a late field goal. I can see them scoring over 8.5 points.
That's a good little nugget there, Mr. Anderson. All right, San Jose State is part of a newly rebuilt Mountain West Conference, and that also includes who will be the runner-up this year in the Mountain West, North Dakota State. They will open the season in the Fargo Dome by welcoming another set of Gamecocks, Jacksonville State. This is down to 7. I swore I saw this yesterday at 7.5.
You did. Yeah,
Okay.
That is correct.
Okay.
There's some 6.5s that popped up this morning. This one, this is going to be a fandom for me. I don't really like either side. I think the Gamecocks. Oh, I'm sorry, Jacksonville State. There's the real
Fair enough.
Gamecocks is the show that I'm on right now. I apologize for that. I think Jacksonville State can keep this game close, but I'm just excited to see North Dakota State just to play in D1, play in the Mountain West. I think they can compete in the Mountain West. I have them in 3rd in the Mountain West. I have them ahead of Air Force. I still can't believe Northern Illinois is in the Mountain West. Drives me crazy when I see that, but I am excited to see what the Yellow Helmets can do in the Mountain West.
Well, no, so I like North Dakota State. And the reason that I like North Dakota State is because I met a bunch of their fans in the airport last year. We were flying to Atlanta to go watch the Gamecocks play Virginia Tech. They were flying here to play the Citadel. They were coming to Charleston to take on the Bulldogs. Nicest people on the planet. The Fargo Dome looks fun. So I think they finished 2nd in the Mountain West this year. But I think that Wyoming shocks all of the league and actually wins this thing.
Somerville.
So go Pokes. Well, I got to look. My father-in-law, he's getting old and he ain't gonna be around forever. He needs to see him win one of these deals. So I think
here's me bashing my Cub PCA and all that, and here's Homerville next to me.
Yeah, well, look, I never cared about Wyoming until I went out there, and I was like, man, this place is awesome. They have literally one of the coolest football stadiums in America. It is a neat place, and their indoor facility. I got a tour. It was really cool. So
I'm not as high as New Mexico as everyone is in the Mountain West. I think it's between. It wouldn't shock me if it's between UNLV and North Dakota State, but UNLV is going to be tested.
Well, we're going to get to UNLV here coming up in just a little bit. All right, 7 o'clock on the ACC network on Saturday night. This is a game that is on Matt Anderson's radar. A big Hawaii fan. They will travel to Stanford Stadium in Stanford, California, to take on the Stanford Cardinal. And Stanford is a 4-point favorite over the, I don't know what they are anymore. The Warriors, the Rainbows, the Rainbow Warriors.
They're still always going to be the Rainbow Warriors in my
Okay,
eyes.
me too. So that's where I'm
Just
going with.
just like Comiskey Parks, there's always going to be in Chicago. There's always names that's always going to be in my eyes, and the Rainbow Warriors is one of them. This game right here, I teeter-tottered. Even though I like what Andrew Luck is doing over there up in Stanford, I think they'll be playing a lot better just because of players they bring in, the head coaches and coaching staff that he's building over there. I just think it's going to be a defensive battle. Even though Timmy Chang in Hawaii loves to have his quarterback slinging all over the place, this number already dropped 2 points. I still think there's a little bit value still left on the under on this game. If this was in Hawaii, I would totally flip it because I think they put a lot of points. This is not in Hawaii. This is in Cali. I'm going to take the under, but it's a coin flip for whoever wins it.
You know what Hawaii's record was last year?
Not off the top of my head.
9-4. They won the Hawaii Bowl.
Yeah, I know they won the Hawaii Bowl. It's the only game that was on TV that day.
Well, that's true.
Watch the Hawaii Bowl or talk to the wife.
Okay, so is Timmy Chang? Not that this matters. Somebody's like, "Why are y'all talking about this?" Fair enough, I get it. Is Timmy Chang a Hawaii lifer? Like, I'm just going to coach here and just live on the island, or do you think, shoot, man, they win 9 or 10 games, somebody out west hires him?
I don't know if he's a lifer, but they like him keeping the kids there. He recruits well on the islands and keeps them there. Normally, I mean, I can always say this because for some odd reason, Vegas is a huge Hawaii destination. So I would always talk to like high school recruits when they were coming in and all that, and they said, "Oh, we're being poached all over the place." Now there's pretty much staying in Hawaii, and I think it's because of the name of Timmy Chang. If you're a Hawaii football fan, you know who Timmy Chang is. So I think he's keeping some of those players on the island instead of going elsewhere.
I'd stay there.
Well, me too. Maybe not this year. They've had some bad weather because of El Nino. Hawaii's not been kind to hurricanes and tropical storms and stuff like that. Maybe next year.
I wish Hawaii would have recruited me to play baseball. That would have been a neat place to go play baseball. All right. What are the games?
Wyoming. Oh. I thought you wanted to go play at Wyoming.
No, they discontinued their baseball program years ago. It was tough to see the ball in 3 feet of snow. Memphis and UNLV, you mentioned Vegas, 10 o'clock. If you just haven't had enough fun, why not stay up for probably the game that could be the most between both the Rebels and the Tigers. UNLV is a 4.5-point favorite at Allegiant Stadium, and the total is 56.5. Little note on this game here. Backup quarterback Aaron Noland at South Carolina last season transferred to play for Memphis, who of course lost Ryan Silverfield to Arkansas. But Nolan was battling for the starting job, and he ended up coming in second place there, Mr. Anderson. So he'll be the backup to start the season. But this sucker's got a chance to be pretty fun tomorrow night.
It should, and you read the Vegas papers, and head coach is still saying this. He's going to play both quarterbacks, but I think everyone realizes the old Auburn quarterback will probably be in there most of the time. I like UNLV's offense. I still have questions on their defense, but Memphis, a lot of new faces on this team. Their defense, some of the players probably don't even know the last name of the guy that's right next to them on the defense. So a lot of new faces. So are they going to gel quickly? I think a lot of points will be scored here. I liked UNLV when it was 3 and 3.5, 4.5. I'm going to wait to see what Joe Public does on this game because it's the last game. People might be chasing. People might be putting more money in because they had a good Saturday so far. I'm going to wait to see what this number is. I do believe we see a lot of points scored here because I think both teams will establish the run early, and I think both teams scored touchdowns.
Florida State, New Mexico State, 7 o'clock kick on the CW. Florida State, the Noles, 31.5-point favorites at Doak Campbell. 53.5 is the total. They'll win the game. Will they cover?
I think they do because if you're Florida State who are reading the papers, who are reading the sports books that made their head coach the favorite to be the first head coach fired in college football, I think this is the game that they put a lot of points on the scoreboard and a lopsided win. I have them covering and I have them winning pretty easily on this one, but that's only game one. What's going to happen in game 2, game 3, game 4?
Not 3, not 4, not 5. 3:30 kick, ESPN tomorrow afternoon. The game moved out of Brazil and back into, where it probably should have been played all along. Scott Stadium, Charlottesville, Virginia. The Wahoos are 4-point favorites over NC State. 51.5 is the total. Look, man, I know NC State is a kind of a trendy pick to be one of the ACC teams that could surprise some folks this year, maybe contend for the ACC title. Virginia just did that. I think a lot of folks are anxious to see if Tony Elliott is able to kind of keep this train on the tracks up there. If he is, I don't know what jobs will end up ultimately being open, as in Florida State, like you just mentioned, but it would be hard for me to look around the nation and find somebody who's done more with less than Tony Elliott has done up in Charlottesville, Virginia. He's a really good coach, and it's not shocking because he's born and bred in the low country of South Carolina.
And that's what's most trapped for me in this one, just on how we saw UVA play last year, but they have a lot of injuries. They have a lot of new faces on the field. So for me, I want to see how high I can get the Wolfpack on points. If I'm going to do anything on this game, I think it's an under type game as well, but it's either Wolfpack for me or nothing, just because I just don't know what UVA team I'm going to get on game 1. Are they going to be competitive, or are they going to be playable down the road? Maybe yes, but game 1, I got a lot of questions.
I took NC State to win 31-27. Am I going to be a big winner tomorrow?
Well, you're always a winner in my eyes. We'll put it that way.
That's the kindest thing anybody said to me in months. I really appreciate that. I teed you up for that one. All right, give me a quick pick here. I don't even know if there's a line on this game, but this is a big one to a couple of really passionate fan bases, good fan bases. The Citadel is on the road at Wofford this weekend to open the season here in South Carolina, up there in Spartanburg. Who wins, dogs or Terriers? Well, they're both dogs. But
I would probably grab Citadel right now. There's some 8.5s out there, but there are 7.5s that popped up.
There is a line on that game? I didn't see it. There's a line on that.
Who are you talking to? Who are you talking
to? I should have. That was poor. Look, it's been like 9 months since we've been able to do college football together. So I'm getting off the schneid here. So the Wofford's a 7.5-point favorite.
It opened up at 8.5. A lot of still 8.5s out there, but this morning I saw some 7.5s pop up. I'm a little bit shocked. I thought this total was a tad too high. Opened up at 45.5. This is one of these games. It's a 23-10 type of game and stuff like that. So I was really shocked at the mid 40s. I would have probably made this total like 43.5. I don't have what I made this number, but 45.5 is a little bit tad high for how these two teams play.
All right. Matt, it's got a question for you. Squeeze it in here, my friend. And I do want to get a couple of games in next Thursday because we won't have you till Friday.
All right, Raph. Here's my question. Ask Raph, everybody. Go hashtag ask Raph on Twitter. All right. Have a fantasy football draft. We're going to be there all weekend. We need one game that we're all going to throw money in. And the way we do it is we either pick an over-under. So it's kind of like being in Vegas and you're cheering for points. So we always pick an over, or we pick an underdog. What's a play that you have your eye on for us to throw in a lot of money on?
For week 1 or this week?
This weekend. Could be anything.
I think the UNLV game. I think you're going to see a lot of points scored on that one. It's the last game. I would say get it now at 56.5 still. Yeah, because it's what I always will die on the dead bed. The last game of the game, no matter what sport it is, Joe Public would bet favorite and over, favorite and over, favorite and over. So I would not be shocked if we see this total close at 58 just because it's the 9. Is it the 9 o'clock? Yeah, well, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time game.
That'll be perfect. It'll be right during our draft.
All right. One game next Thursday because we'll get you next Friday. Prime is in, guess where? Atlanta, a place he knows quite well. The Buffaloes of Colorado have an 8 o'clock kick against Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech's got an interesting start to the year. Remember, they got the Vols coming in the following week. But the The Yellow Jackets are 6.5-point favorites. The total in that ball game is 50.5. Again, this is next Thursday night, Georgia Tech and Colorado, Thursday night football. I look, Georgia Tech's expected to probably take a step back from where they were. Who is Colorado?
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting for me. I'm looking to play the Yellow Jackets, but I'm hoping Dion money comes in. Not Colorado money, Dion money that comes in to moves this, because I want my trend and I want my prediction to be correct that Florida State will be the first head coach be fired. And down the road, Deion Sanders gets fired, and he comes to Florida State. So that's what I am hoping for. I'm dying on that one, but I'm looking to play the Yellow Jackets, but I'm waiting. I don't like 6.5. If I can get 6 or less, then I'm going to sprinkle some South Carolina pizza money on Yellow Jackets.
And then he schedules a game in about 5 years against Michael Vick and the Virginia Tech.
Ooh, I never thought about that.
Yeah, so they'll get rid of Franklin after he wins 9 games for 4 straight years. That won't be good enough. Then they'll hire Vic.
I did a show last night for Jacksonville Jaguars, and someone asked me, why do I think that? I'm like, because if you're Florida State and you've been pretty much the punching bag of Florida in their football, besides maybe the Gators, how do you kind of turn things around and maybe get players to come back to your school? You hire Deion Sanders.
I'd hire Tony Elliott before I hired him. I'll tell you another one. Kennesaw State plays next Thursday night. What's his name? The head coach at Kennesaw State. Is that Mac?
They play West Georgia. Kennesaw State's a huge favorite, 24.5.
What's his name? Is it Jerry Mack? What's his head coach's name at Kennesaw State? That dude, they were bad. Like bad. And he's got them all turned around over there. So he's going to be he might have a chance to be one of those guys in kind of that next group as well. Hold on. I got a message here. Client. What? No, it is Jerry Mack.
It is Jerry Mack. Yeah, I got confused.
That's what. Okay. All right.
There's Tom Selleck again.
Good to see you, Phil. Thanks. Appreciate you popping in. All right, best bets of the weekend. Best bets you might have already said one.
He should come in like for a minute. We can call it the mustache minute when he has like a nugget like that.
I love it.
You guys can have that segment for free. I just gave you a good.
We got to be careful with Phil. He's finally back allowed within 300 feet of schools again. So
just his mustache minute. I like it.
That made me sell my white van.
His mustache minute right there. He sold his white van. It went as fast as he did. All right. What is best bets this weekend?
I'm going to stick with the Hawaii-Stanford game. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. Luck's already said that he wants to play kind of like old Big Ten ball. Just run the ball, establish it early, give his defense a lot of breaks, because I think he knows that his defense is still rebuilding. It's still trying to find an identity in Stanford for defense. So if they can establish the run and keep Timmy Chang from not flinging it all over the state of California, then I think it's going to be a dead under game.
I'm sitting here looking at the NFL slate this weekend too. There's some
Wednesday game.
Well, I know that. I'm looking at the preseason schedule this weekend.
Oh, yeah. Preseason, come on, it's over. If just put the dog. Just go to and just put the dog. I mean, that's it.
Yeah,
Twins will have a nice college to pick for if you pick the dog every year.
Nothing screams NFL like Thursday, September the 10th, San Francisco, LA on Netflix, and Melbourne, Australia. I tell you what. All right.
They should play rugby later for that game.
They might. They might. If neither one of those teams has a kicker, they could probably find one while they're down there getting ready to play. Man, so good to see you, as it always is. Global Odds Maker on Twitter. Just if you got a question, I know a lot of people send them to us, and then they get lost in my email and things like that. Don't do that. My email is like, just go to X and just hashtag Ask Raph or send them to Phil. Let him sort through them. Phil doesn't have anything.
Or come watch the show and put it in the chat.
Yeah, just put it in the chat. There you go. That's perfect. Hashtag Ask Raph. Obviously, with Gamecocks cranking up next weekend, we'll be able to turn up the heat on them a little bit, and the rest of the SEC as well. Have a wonderful weekend, man. You do a great job like always. You make us better around here. You're healthy. That's what matters.
Take it easy, guys. Have a great weekend and enjoy that preseason week 3.
Yeah, you got it. There
Thanks,
you go.
Raph. See ya.
10:51. Our coverage of South Carolina football presented by Palm Casual. Palm Casual, the best outdoor patio furniture that you can find. I had to squirt mine with bleach yesterday and rinse it off, and voila, magic
All gone.
potion. Yep, the back porch is ready for tomorrow to be able to watch a little college football before we start traveling up and down I-26. Hang tight, it's 10:52. Quick timeout, quick final segment, and then JC and Mad Dog will join us at the top of hour 2 when we return.
Join thebigspur.com and Gamecock Central today for the best Gamecock coverage in South Carolina. Proud partners of On3.
Whether it's fireside or poolside, if it's time to watch the Gamecocks, Palm Casual will make your outdoor space the best it can be. Visit palmcasual.com and come see us at one of our South Carolina locations. Go Gamecocks!
Why are you throwing all that money over the falls?
If you're buying a Honda or Toyota, that's exactly what you're doing. Look at the Kia Sorento. Get a third-row SUV for $8,000 less than the Highlander. Toyota only has a 5-year warranty. JT's Kia has a 1,000,000-mile warranty.
Don't forget JT's Advantage package. Oil changes, roadside assistance, and so much more.
Choosing a Sorento over a Highlander is a no-brainer. More features, better warranty, and you save over $8,000.
We're serious about saving you money.
Killian Road, I-77, or Greystone Boulevard.
JT's Kia.
Shopping at Gamecock Traditions is easy. Just pick up your phone. Type in GamecockTraditions.com. Select your items and purchase. They will ship it to your doorstep. GamecockTraditions.com.
The Aventon Adventure 2 takes the same basic design as the original Aventon Adventure, making it an adventure bike designed to take you places that typical roads just don't reach, allowing you to ride whatever terrain you want based on your whims of the day. Look at what you're getting. Hydraulic disc brakes, torque sensor for responsive pedal assist, great LED lighting, suspension, a beautifully welded frame with excellent build quality, included rear rack, included fenders. The list just keeps going on.
Visit electricbikescharleston.com for more.
Sell your quality sports and fitness equipment to play it against sports and get paid. Recycling your in-demand sports gear keeps it available in your community. Sell, buy, trade, and win with Play It Again Sports.
If you need a new fence, railings, even new columns, there is only one call in South Carolina. Gamecock great, Ryan Brewer. Over 15 years in the industry. Visit ryanbrewer.net today.
Watch JC and Morgan every week on the Chief Sports Network. Now back to ITG. You're tuned into Inside the Gamecocks, presented by the West Law Firm and Resto Pros of the Midlands. Part of the Chief Sports Network. Go Gamecocks!
Okay, final segment here in hour number 1. Matt Anderson, the king of late night, Matt Anderson. How about this for just grace? You know, obviously we lose the amazing Dolly Parton this week, who impacted every single one of our lives in a positive way. And now there's a tropical storm Dolly. She ain't going anywhere. She's not going away. That's crazy.
It's wild.
Crazy. I don't think it's going to make it all the way to the States. It looks like it's going to dissipate in the next day or two, but still pretty crazy. If you are planning to go check out Dawn Staley's program, you will have, I think it was 6 opportunities to do it, maybe 7 at home now that the non-conference schedule is completed. I'm talking about non-conference opportunities.
Yeah.
They finally put all that together yesterday, right when we were getting off the air, is when the Her Player Classic was revealed, Thanksgiving weekend, which is curious timing. It's South Carolina and 3 HBCUs, Tennessee State, North Carolina Central, and Alabama A&M. Gamecocks get Tennessee State on that Saturday, and then the winner of the other 2 on Sunday. You know what else is that Saturday? Clemson, Carolina. So, all right. They've got, Clemson's in the upstate this year. So, you don't get that one at home. You do have, they do play Florida Gulf Coast on November the 17th. So
honestly, picking that day is pretty okay with me, JB.
Really?
I mean, it's a game that, you need to bring some revenue into the city of Columbia, into the women's program, and having a situation where everyone's not going to be at Williams-Brice that wants to watch the game, and you're going to have people traveling from out of state to come watch their team play.
Well,
it should be a good opportunity. I kind of get the logic.
Well, I don't know. Maybe call old Clark Cox, who was here yesterday, and just get him to put a floor down in the middle of the football field and
sell it out.
The hell with the construction and all that stuff. Just let the basketball play, and then you got the football game up on the scoreboard. Oklahoma State is Sunday, December the 6th, Saturday, December the 12th. They play Wofford. Ooh, that's my birthday. All right. I didn't realize it fell on a Saturday this year. That's wonderful. Wednesday, December the 16th, they've got Albany at home. Then Gardner-Webb, Monday, December 28th. Those are the only home matchups they have in the non-con. Besides that, they play any team that's possibly good, either in a neutral site or on the road.
Yep.
Very difficult. Very difficult. In case you missed 4-Quarter Friday this morning, they did a wonderful job, as they do every Friday. But head to 4quarterfriday.com. They've got you teed up and ready to go with all the high school previews and all the big games in the state. Tonight's going to be a fun night. So those of you who are going to get out into your hometowns and support your programs, there's nothing like Friday nights, man. They're so fun and really appreciate. I miss personally the segment that I used to do around here and used to do with Darren. I definitely miss working at ESPN on Fridays when we would have our high school segments. I would literally go through every game in the state, every one of them, at least mention them, just mention the game that's being played. And now we've got these other goobers doing it in the 9:00 hour, so I don't get to do that anymore, but that's all right. Those of you that are going to go out and watch them all play, have a blast. It's a big night at Burns or at Dorman, with Burns coming in, Dutch Fork, Ridgeview, Somerville, Hillcrest. There's some fun ball games across the state. All right, it's 11:00 hour. One's in the books. I'll slide this sucker into a TO when we return, though. 4 of us will be here, I think. It depends on how quickly JC gets out of hair and makeup. Phil, we know, is here. He's pulling the strings behind the curtain, and Matt is always on time. The morning show brought to you by Resto Pros and our buddies at the West Law Firm. Hour 2 next.
Join thebigspur.com and Gamecock Central today for the best Gamecock coverage in South Carolina. Proud partners of On3.
Whether it's fireside or poolside, if it's time to watch the Gamecocks, Palm Casual will make your outdoor space the best it can be. Visit palmcasual.com and come see us at one of our South Carolina locations. Go Gamecocks!
Why are you throwing all that money over the falls?
If you're buying a Honda or Toyota, that's exactly what you're doing. Look at the Kia Sorento. Get a third-row SUV for $8,000 less than the Highlander. Toyota only has a 5-year warranty. JT's Kia has a 1,000,000-mile warranty.
Don't forget JT's Advantage Package. Oil changes, roadside assistance, and so much more.
Choosing a Sorento over a Highlander is a no-brainer. More features, better warranty, and you save over $8,000.
We're serious about saving you money.
Killian Road, I-77, or Greystone Boulevard.
JT's Kia.
Shopping at Gamecock Traditions is easy. Just pick up your phone, Type in GamecockTraditions.com. Select your items and purchase. They will ship it to your doorstep. GamecockTraditions.com.
The Aventon Adventure 2 takes the same basic design as the original Aventon Adventure, making it an adventure bike designed to take you places that typical roads just don't reach, allowing you to ride whatever terrain you want based on your whims of the day. Look at what you're getting. Hydraulic disc brakes, torque sensor for responsive pedal assist, great LED lighting, suspension, a beautifully welded frame with excellent build quality, included rear rack, included fenders. The list just keeps going on.
Visit electricbikescharleston.com for more.
Sell your quality sports and fitness equipment to play it against sports and get paid. Recycling your in-demand sports gear keeps it available in your community. Sell, buy, trade, and win with
If you need a new fence, railings, even new columns, there is only one call in South Carolina. Gamecock great, Ryan Brewer. Over 15 years in the industry. Visit ryanbrewer.net today.
You're tuned into Inside the Gamecock, the morning show, part of the Chief Sports Network, proudly presented by the West Law Firm, and brought to you in partnership with Resto Pros of the Midlands. Go Gamecocks!
Final hour of the morning show. Welcome back. JB, Matt, Phil, and JC. Friday, August the 28th is our final Friday without South Carolina football. Boy, doesn't that sound good. Hour 2 is brought to you by our buddies, everybody's buddy, the South Carolina Education Lottery. Did you know, Matt Anderson, Mr. King of Late Night Analytics, dude, that since 2002, almost 250,000 lottery-funded scholarships and grants have been awarded to USC students, like the Life and the Hope and the what is it, JC? Palmetto Fellers.
Fellers.
It's
Palmetto
Fellers.
Them fellers are getting some money to go get some schooling.
Get you the Palmetto Fellers Scholarship or Palmetto Fellows, either way. Lottery proceeds have funded millions of scholarships and grants across the great state of South Carolina and thousands of school buses to get students to school. Playing the lottery for fun is a win for education in South Carolina. Visit sceducation.com/education wins. We'll all win in 25 minutes when John Strickland shows up. Michael will not be here this week, but I guarantee you he will be next week. We have planted a bomb in his home, and it will detonate right at 11:59 a.m. Before
it just means he'll be driving somewhere. He won't be in his home at that time.
There's one in his vehicle too. You know what he does have? What he installed in his truck?
No.
A train horn.
Oh
God! Because that makes so much sense.
Because it's him. We were both at the Bojangles last week, and he blew the thing, and the girl about dropped the cup of whatever it was in front of me on the person, the customer.
Dirty rice.
He just rolled his window down and started laughing.
Jesus.
Do you ever grow up?
No. Flint? No.
Stay young.
And I hope he stays that way.
That's right. Yeah.
It'd be sad if he lost his spirit. It's like like he's an old stuffed bear in the old sad cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
And then Michael lost his spirit.
I used to love it. Like he would come on and we'd do that Wando's World segment there when we first started the show, and without fail, every time his phone would fall off of whatever perch he had it
I
on,
know.
it would fumble down. It
was quite
yeah, he'd be smiling like, yeah, man.
It was
You
quite a
just can't help
show
but
back
love 'em.
those
Don't change,
days, man.
bro. Don't change.
It's quite a show back then.
No, I mean he just hit me. Hey man, I need you to come get my computer right. I'm like, Michael, I'm not doing that.
No,
I'm not doing it. You can figure it out or call your mom. You call her for everything else. You know, get your mom to figure it out.
Dang,
I'll figure it out, man. It's all good. It's all good.
It's all good, man. One of the nicest people, nice human beings I've ever met. My family feels the same way. They've met him a couple of times. My wife, stepsons love Michael Flint and his whole family, but yeah, he's one of the unique people in our world. You know, our little world we have here, and the world at large as well. You know, everybody loves Michael Flint.
Yeah, I'm still all after all these years. Somehow we're still alive, but yeah, there's been some close calls. We can tell you that. I can tell you that. Oh, anyways, appreciate Raphael. Good segment. Glad to get back in the flow, Matt. I know you love that. I'll always make sure that you're in when he's in. Moving forward, we'll have so many games. You and I just need to split these up and kind of go back and forth with him. And
yeah, we can definitely do that. That's fine.
You know, I try to get all the big ones in, and certainly some of the interesting lines out there. There's most of the lines next Thursday night, other than Prime and Colorado at Georgia Tech. Those are all 30 and 40 point spreads or something like that. Kind of pretty sad. Missouri, 54.5 point favorites over Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Oh, they're playing them again? That's two straight Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Well, that's how they get their bowl eligibility, you know.
To that point, though, JB, I saw another day where it was over the last 2 seasons or 3 seasons. Can't remember exactly, but week 0 and 1, teams favored by over 36 points or 23-0. It just that I think NIL and the transfer portal has done something there, but the gap is just larger than ever for these big spreads. It's so hard to compete.
I'll tell you this right now, too, though. It's affecting the FCS and Group of 5 more than we think, because there are a couple that dropped games to NAIA schools.
Yeah.
Last night, there was a school that lost to,
pretty sad.
I think, a team that just started their football team. You know, I don't think the big boys are reaching down to NAIA, so they're able to keep their players and develop them. And then, man, you know, that Group of 5, and that's you know, there's a silver lining in all of this for South Carolina. You got 2 good coordinators, and you know, you don't have to worry about them going and taking Youngstown State or Southern Miss like Ellis Johnson did or Eric Wolford did back in the day.
Down the list.
You know, Pete Limbo went to Buffalo because Pete Limbo loves coaching that level of ball, and he was kind of looking if he was going to be head coaching into a job like that. But he's obviously a rare bird, Pete Limbo, and so in a good way. So I think that's, you know, like Clayton White isn't going to walk out the door and go take Louisiana Tech.
Yeah, that was on our board the other day, and someone was like, if the Gamecocks win 9 or 10 games, like coordinators are going to get stolen. I'm like, don't worry about that.
Not anymore. It's just not that, man. It's just not, you know, and then if you're doing well at a Power 4, then ADs will be more, you know, that's when they will go and say, oh, we'll hire an assistant instead because we really like this, that, and the other. So it's better financially. It's better stability wise for your family, because these guys, the assistants, they move around all the time. I mean, it's tough. They're not all guaranteed contracts. Don't get me wrong. Contracts are much better than they used to be. But you know, 3 years is about the max for coordinators. And so you don't have $50 million buyouts that they can get like head coaches. So, you know, I think it works out well for them, but it does hurt that level of football. So we'll see what comes of it all.
Well, you gotta, it would be, it's a unique circumstance, I think, now when coordinators opt to take a job that would be at that level. You know, maybe it's their alma mater, or maybe they have to protect themselves. You know, I've got a head coaching opportunity here. I need to take it because the head coach of the program that I'm assisting is this is shaky ground. I don't think that that's the case at all. It's South Carolina, unless they post another 4-8 year or 5-7 or something like that. You could see some guys maybe start to bail just to protect themselves. I would think that that's probably very much on the table, but as of now, it's not. I mean, all these guys, again, Coach Beamer didn't lie to anybody. All these dudes had plenty of opportunities. They could have gone other places, better programs than what the Gamecocks were, at least last year, and they chose to be here. And our understanding too, especially in the last week or two, just I don't know that this is anything that I really know how to put on the website or anything, JC. These conversations need to be private, but I think Kendall Briles sees himself here for a while, based on, and I mentioned something to you about it last week, a conversation I was having. He's very much he knows what's going on in this state, man. He's pretty tied in, and I think he's preparing himself for the long haul. So, if Carolina can average 16 points per game offensively this year, it'd be better than last year, and keep him.
Yeah.
15, get rid of him, but 16, oh shoot, man, they're going to be just fine. They would have beat A&M if they would have done that last year. So, I think that's pretty cool, to be honest with you. We'll talk to John about a bunch of South Carolina stuff here. Kind of our final. I don't know. Maybe we should have done a mock game week around here to make sure that we're pulling all the right chords next week, Phil. Make sure the buttons are getting hit right and all the production's done correctly and all that stuff. I don't know. I guess we didn't do it though.
No, I mean, there's only one real change from where I sit. Well, no, there might be a couple. You'd probably be some production elements that will
probably. You think I just sit around here and just
I just got to change the backgrounds a little bit. I have to accommodate 6 people on screen this year too, which would be
it's like the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be almost like Hollywood Squares.
Yeah, fair enough.
Nah, it would be good.
I really appreciate the fact that Coach Beamer gives these guys Saturday off the weekend before they play. I think, what it reminds me of? You ever see the movie Armageddon?
Oh, yeah. I know
yeah.
exactly what you're going to.
Yep, I know exactly too.
Don't go get arrested at a strip club or anything like that, but get out of here and get your brains, take a Friday night, go spend time with your girlfriend, go hang out at 5 Point Social if you're over 21. Don't do anything dumb. And enjoy a Saturday, float the river, watch some football, do something. And we'll get going on Sunday. I just think that that's such a big deal. A lot of people don't do that, it's go time. But Coach Beamer I think he's done this pretty much every year he's been here, if I remember correctly.
So you're keeping the student and student athlete, which is really fun.
I'm trying to. Linares, get in your little cart and go out there and pick up some golf balls. You bum of a student, Linares Sellers.
Oh God, I just still can't. Of all the dumbest, I was on Chris Marler's podcast yesterday, and I was asked what's my least favorite storyline of the offseason. I forgot. I don't even think that's a storyline. I just think that's people that really just don't need to ever comment about higher education or college because they honestly don't know how the hell it even works. Right. I mean, there's normal students that get to a point where they have one class left and it's an internship. And why are we trying to disparage the quarterback on the team for trying to say, it's, and then the influencer posse, the Instagram account runners all they do is put up Bleacher Report and people like that. All they put up, so taking one golf class, working at driving range for class. And so then nobody knows. It's just I
know.
What he's doing is very, very common. And I just, man,
Shane,
I didn't even read anything that was negative about it. I just heard about it, and obviously Shane addressed it. So I was like, I couldn't. Of all the dumbassery out there, that's the dumbest.
Yeah,
that is the dumbest because you're just showing how stupid you are and how you should never comment on the subject because you don't know what the hell you're talking about. This is a normal. It's perfect. You know how many players have had that same situation each and every year?
Right.
Yeah.
Every single year. And the article that was written by Hale was supposed to be positive.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hale did a really good job with that.
Yeah. This guy's almost done with school, and that's good.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing a sideline reporter would talk about.
Yeah.
But if anybody bothered to read anything, which the people that comment like that do not, because they just don't care about being educated. If they'd have bothered to read anything, they would have read that this is his second internship. I think his first one was like an architectural firm or something like that. If you read into kind of what he was talking about and read the whole quote when he answered the question, this is a very smart guy who's a really good student. He's got his, got a bright future, even if he doesn't play football. Instead, it's just picking up golf bears.
Yeah.
I mean, and
crazy.
It's like, you can laugh about people. Look, if I'm a Clemson fan and I'm sitting around my buddies, I'm going to hammer that point home with my buddies. You don't laugh. Oh, well, there's golf ball, just, how people do.
Yeah.
They bull crap. But when you think that your ignorance is so important to share with the world on X about that subject, because I don't know any other way to describe it but ignorance. Because you just don't understand college at all. Ergo don't comment,
Well,
and somebody out there may be pissed off and be like, well, that's just my opinion. Well, what is your opinion based on? Ignorance. Dumbassery. I mean, because this is perfectly normal and actually a positive thing. So yeah, I would have gotten upset if I were Shane too.
JC, have a Coke and a smile. It's Friday. Don't worry about it. This is already blown past. We're going to be fine.
I know.
Lenars is going to be okay.
I
was watching video of his footwork the other day. That's really got me concerned. I think that he's just going to trip and fall all over himself this season. And
the one with the targets. Now that.
No, I'm just kidding. I didn't see that till this morning. I was making all that up.
There's a lot of comments on that. Now that one, I understand how people are nervous and they react negatively, but dude,
I've seen him throw a lot of deep balls. I'm not worried.
That's where he struggled hitting. I mean,
target can't run underneath anything. So I'm good.
We're commenting probably if you'd ask him 6 months ago, where does Lenores need to get better? It's like short and medium passes. I mean, we're not worried about his long pass. He's one of the best deep ball throwers in college football.
Yeah.
He's proven. That's one thing he's proven.
The NFL guys, when there was a scout there last weekend who was having a conversation with a buddy of mine. He was like, God, watching him throw the deep ball. I mean, he can do it about as well as anybody we've got in the league. I mean, that's.
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know that we can judge that. I mean, it's not like if the comment, somebody asked if it was trolling. It may have.
Who put the video out?
1801 It's part of his NIL deal.
Yeah.
So it was like a promotion for Sling TV.
I got news for him. Beamer's probably like, yeah, we're not going to be doing that anymore.
Or you go the other side of the coin and Lenores, don't do a good job.
Yeah.
Do a crappy job.
Yeah, that's right.
Beamer may be like, this guy can't look like crap, so they'll leave Nick Harbor open deep. Oh, he's not going to complete it because he couldn't hit that stupid target on TV.
That video on TV. Yeah,
that thing video.
On Twitter.
I mean, and I'm like, if anything, he can throw the deep ball. I mean, and that's where I was. If you're going to take an evaluation point out of it, look at how he hit the short stuff. The other part of it is this: NFL ain't sitting there going, all right. Carson Beck last year or Ty Simpson. Todd McShay's not on TV going, the reason I think Ty Simpson's a first-round draft pick is because in target practice, he nailed that target the Sling TV has on. And in the eyes of the front offices around this league, that went a long way. Sean McVay talked to him on the phone the other day. He wasn't sold. Saw him hit the target. Saw him at the target. In consultation with management, they decided to go ahead and pull the trigger on the first-round pick. Now down
That's
to
like
you,
the
Adam
old
Schefter.
Pro Bowl stuff, or just the quarterbacks throwing the ball around, and they would be. Look, every wide receiver on this Gamecock team probably has like a 6-foot radius around them at any up, down, left, right, center, whatever. They can catch a ball. So
yeah,
like people were reacting. I'm like, these guys don't even have hands.
Now,
y'all do realize that those aren't real.
Those are just blow ups,
man.
But let's see the other guys do it.
They'll blame everyone wants to find something to blame. Like, they're staying targets, man. They ain't got good hands.
Targets.
Well, no,
Hey,
JB,
Sling TV needs to get good hands, sure-handed targets.
Poor
JB, to
Lenore's,
that
man.
point, Lenore scored like 7 points or something, and or 6 points out of 10.
Yeah, he
And
nailed
the
the little
most anyone's
sign
gotten
on
is like
first
7,
three, right? Yeah,
all around the country.
Okay,
Like 40
so-
guys have done it.
Yeah, I mean, so what are we? Is this become like a big deal? I guess I'm missing something.
Nah, dadgummit, y'all said was the video a type of trolling. I don't know that the commercial was, because it's part of his NIL deal. You know, they could ask for their money back if you tank it on purpose. Now
I don't think he.
if you're on our website and on the Insiders Forum, it was posted and there were some comments about it. And do I think that was posted in an attempt to troll the board a little bit? Yeah, that poster likes to shake it up, you know, and which is cool because he's funny.
I didn't get it.
Oh, I saw it yesterday. I was like, and I didn't even say, you know, one way I think it's like, hey, this doesn't matter, and use your brain before you start blasting Garnet Trust and everybody else. On the other hand, I'm like, hey, I can kind of appreciate it that there's passion and stuff for it, and it's so important that he plays well this year. And we didn't get a chance. Nobody got a chance to see a spring game. I mean, it's a mystery. The whole Kendall Briles and Lenore Sellers thing. The only thing people can do is imagine it. Imagine it in your mind, Phil. I'm going to use my imagination.
Let's use them.
You know, that's a very, when you get close to brass tacks in football, you don't want to use your imagination anymore. You know, but your imagination is still clinging to every possible sign of reality it possibly can to pre-write the narrative. You know, and so you know what to expect, because people are just so excited, they're nervous, and I get that part of it. Then there's just idiots, you know. I mean, there's a mix of them in everywhere.
Well, I think next year if they do the sling thing again with any quarterback, it should be one of those like wacky inflatable hand guys. They just blow it up and nope, it's a moving target 50 yards downfield. Right. Which way is it going to blow?
Like the Gumbies that sit out there and blow in the breeze. Or like, you know, Otto from the movie Airplane, the autopilot at the end. Remember? Anyway. Otto.
This is God. This poor kid. Yeah. Hey, how's it going? Well, I got an internship at a golf course. You know, I'm just out here doing what they're asking me to do with NIL, whatever. And everything he does is just under this crazy microscope. Just leave him alone. Judge him when he plays the freaking games. You know,
all those people with hard feelings that put money on him to win the Heisman last year. Everybody's mad.
I don't know about that. Oh God, there was a reporter going. It seemed like she was going on a warpath about writing a story trust me, the press conferences this week were very, very interesting in that regard. But
that was the stupidest. I'm like,
that was ridiculous. Because all that does, you write one story, and then luckily nobody took the bait.
Yeah.
And what they're going to do is they're going to take a shell of a story about how gambling is evil.
Yes.
And how fans are out of control and abusive, and write all these stupid statistics by the all this stuff, and then make Carolina's fans out to be, you know, just because you're writing about one program, right? And paint a narrative that the fans are just gambling crazy fools, even though sports gambling is illegal in the state of South Carolina, right? Unlike other states. And painting this narrative, it made it look bad. No, I haven't seen there.
I need to pay more attention.
It's probably coming though.
Yeah, there's no article, but yeah, you could hear the setup was with a couple of players, and you know,
what was the question?
I don't know. It was worded so poorly.
Yeah, it was.
She had to repeat herself. I'm like, what are you?
I don't even know who the reporter is. Go back and listen.
Yeah, it was on Fred Johnson. I think is the one that sticks out to me the most. JR. His interview today this week rather.
I missed it.
It's a stupid gotcha question, when in reality anybody who pays any attention whatsoever knows that the biggest and loudest Twitter trolls are literally people who don't have money on the game, who are just miserable in their own lives and, you know, upset that their team lost the game on Saturday, and, you know, they can't kick their dog anymore.
I think and I can't prove this, and just to wrap this up, I believe so. Last winter, there was there's these AI generated web Facebook pages that are ridiculous that for Gamecocks and other college and pro teams.
Well, I have seen that because I get questions all the time. I saw this on Facebook. Is it true? I'm like, no, Shane Beamer did not fall off a cliff. He's fine.
Yeah, he did not die in a hunting accident. Lenore Sellers' family was not killed.
Yeah. He bought Will Muschamp's old house on Lake Murray's and turned it into a rehab facility because that his family was touched by a situation like that. That was on Facebook.
So I don't do Facebook, but people screenshot this stuff to me, and it's shocking that there's hundreds of comments of people like, I always knew Shane Beamer was a great guy. He cares about people on hospice.
I go in there. What? I quit doing it because one day it was like Lenore's family's dead. And, and including Pup and everybody. I'm like, oh my God. And I went in there and it's like thoughts and prayers. And I was like, I said, ma'am, this is a fake article. His family's fine. Now she said, well, everybody can use thoughts and prayers.
Well, that's true.
I got an immediate response. Yeah, and I was like, I give up. I can't save the world.
Fair enough.
I appreciate that. No pun intended. But so I wonder if there's a correlation because there was one out there. It said Lenore Sellers signed for $37 million.
Now that was true.
But and there were a lot of
that was part of his NIL deal with Sling. That's why everybody's pissed that he can't hit the target.
That money came from.
There are people, the casual fans out there that probably saw that and they're like, I'm just not pulling for him anymore. I'm done. That believed it because there was all kinds of comments. People believing $37 million. I mean. Texas's whole roster.
That's a lot of money to go 5-7.
Yeah, dude, it is unbelievable. So I wonder if there's a correlation between the people freaking out about the Sling video and the people that believe he's getting paid $37 million. I wonder.
I'll run the numbers.
I think it's probably true.
We'll get our statistician on it.
Dexter Sullivan, Dawn Staley's accepted every NBA head coaching opening.
She's pretty incredible. I mean,
and they're not.
I don't know how she does all this.
I don't even think the people doing it are from this country. It's a phishing thing to get you to click on something, and then they're going to steal your identity. You people know that, don't you? No, they don't. So.
Well, it's like hey, what's your first grade teacher? What's your first dog's name? It's like all these questions that they put up there and everyone responds. And it's like, and what was your first email address? Okay, chase.com.
Yeah. What's your birthday?
Yeah.
Hey, anybody, you put up a post every day. Anybody the same birthday as anybody's birthdays today? Put the year you were born below.
That's right.
To win a prize.
And by win a prize,
1979.
All right, we got to go. Powered by Electric Bikes of Charleston, electricbikescharleston.com. That is real. You can go to that website. Yes. It's for real. They're not going to steal your information. No. They'll put you on a good piece of equipment, and you'll be out and about in no time. The fall is right around the corner, believe it or not. And if you want to be out there having fun in the mountains or in the beach or in the Midlands, somewhere around the Congaree or out there at Lake Murray, wherever, head over to electricbikescharleston.com. We will hit a timeout, and when we return, a guy who looks like he's been riding a bike since he stopped playing. A very fit John Strickland next.
Subscribe to thebigspur.com. Proud partners of On3.
Gamecock Traditions is your Nike superstore and your home for anything and everything with a South Carolina logo. Visit us in the Midlands and order online at GamecockTraditions.com. Go Gamecocks!
Looking for thrills? Then welcome to the South Carolina Education Lottery, where every chance at a win comes with a chance of a whiff.
Wait, what? What does she have to be so happy about?
Well, quite a bit, Jeff. That face right there, that's a face that says fun. But when the game stops being fun and that face goes away, it might be time to take a break.
Okay, that makes sense. Thanks. Mystery voice?
No problem, Jeff. Playing for fun makes you a better player, and a better player is a better you.
You know, in Gamecock country, home truly means more. And whether you're buying or selling a home, Renee Fryer brings local market expertise and personal care to every move because it means more. Mike here for Renee Fryer with Home Advantage Realty. No matter where you are in the state of South Carolina, she will make sure you have the advantage on your side. That's Home Advantage Realty, and that's Renee Fryer, always an easy phone call away. 803-271-4777. Make sure you have the home field advantage with Renee Fryer of Home Advantage Realty.
Whether it's fireside or poolside, if it's time to watch the Gamecocks, Palm Casual will make your outdoor space the best it can be. Visit palmcasual.com and come see us at one of our South Carolina locations. Go Gamecocks!
Today and every day, we celebrate our great state of South Carolina. This week, our hometown highlight takes us to the PD in Lake City, home of the great Darla Moore and our friends in Johnsonville. We love the PD.
Hey guys, this is Mason West with the West Law Firm. We want to say hey to all our friends and family out in Lake City and the Johnsonville areas. This is a great football part of the state. We can help y'all out in any way. Give us a call, 843-897-7525.
South Carolina football. Young men come to Columbia as football players. Some become heroes, and few become legends.
'Cause we're gonna be legends. Gonna get there a chance. Gonna be it's about to be legendary. Yeah, we're gonna be legends. We're gonna teach them all a lesson. Got this feeling in our souls we carry. It's about to be legendary.
In Columbia, South Carolina, legends never die.
And we got one of those right now. John Strickland, former player, always number one in our hearts, and one of our great analysts here on Inside the Gamecocks, the morning show, the preview show, and any other show that we've got. Tonight's a big night. Who's playing tonight at 5 Point Social?
Cody Barker.
I've heard he's pretty good.
Yep.
All right.
So should be a good time. I think he starts at 10:30.
I can't make that. Sorry. But I did see that Mary English is back next Friday before kickoff on Saturday.
Yep.
Man, y'all are killing it, man. All right. Good to see you, Strick. We'll holler at you next Friday, noon, you and Flint.
All right. See y'all later.
What's up, man? 1 week to go.
1 week. Getting close. I'm just happy some college football's on tomorrow.
I know. What are you most excited about? Which game?
I mean, it's got to be the UNC game.
Is it? Yeah. But I don't think that's going to be the best game, though.
I don't think it's going to be the best game, but I don't know. It's just two, ACC teams playing right off the rip.
Well, one ACC team. TCU's in the Big 12.
I mean, sorry.
You're thinking of Virginia and North Carolina State.
I am. My bad. That's what I was thinking about, two ACC teams. But, yeah, TCU, North Carolina game. Listen, in that game, I'm just curious to see the debacle at North Carolina looks like and TCU without Kendall Browse.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what kind of intrigues me about that game.
I'm not always surprised North Carolina wins.
I will be.
I'm going to tell you why.
Who'd you take in our thing?
North Carolina.
Oh, sweet mother, JC. You just disqualified yourself for the whole season.
No,
I took TCU.
I'm going to tell you why. Bobby Petrino is the OC at North Carolina now. And that dude can manufacture offense. TCU plays no defense. And they're going back to the Sonny Dykes thing. Now, they love the quarterback that they got from, I guess, Harvard or Yale won. Jaden Craig is their new quarterback. So they lost Hoover. But something just tells me, man, all this turmoil, all this stuff, it's over there. TCU doesn't play defense anyway. Bobby Petrino is going to find a way to put enough points on the board, and then everybody's going to talk about them for a week, and then reality will set in. TCU will be 8-4 again. North Carolina will go 4-8. They'll fire Belichick. Blah 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 blah.
I will say though, I could see Bill Belichick being able to prepare his team better for an international trip with his NFL experience. I don't know how that factors in, but
I think it falls on the shoulders of heralded quarterback Billy Edwards Jr.
Now that guy though, I mean, because he was at Maryland.
He looks like the world's nicest kid, by the way. When you just see a picture of him, you're like, this guy, he's the nicest human.
He's a journeyman. I mean, we used to not have those, but he's a starter at Maryland and started at Wisconsin.
Strick, straighten this out for us. Get JC back on track here.
Well, I can tell you this. I think in this game that I'm looking forward to, maybe it's because it's the first game of the day too, but I just think it's going to be interesting. New coordinator at North Carolina, a new coordinator at TCU on offense. You just never know what you're going to get in the first game of the season. I mean, you just don't. I think 8.5 points is a pretty large spread on a neutral site, so I would definitely take the points for North Carolina.
Somebody take JC off the screen.
Hey, that thing is going around, dude. It's crushing through kindergarten.
I was out earlier this week. I was on my knees for a couple of days.
I know a lot of people have been sick off this stuff.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's been, I don't know what I had. Somebody asked
bring me back now, Phil. Good God.
Sneeze attack.
It wasn't even like it's just a snot.
It's okay, man. You don't have to tell us. It's all right.
Disgusting.
I'm going to interrupt you here so people don't hear
Frog my life.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, Eric is in the chat box. What happened? He just ducked. No, I wasn't getting shot at. I had a big snot rocket come out of my nose. And I didn't want you guys to have to suffer through.
You don't have to.
There are people that watch and they don't just listen. So.
That is very true. Hey, so Strick, have you ever met Tony Elliott before?
No.
Did y'all ever cross paths? No. I think he's one of the guys. I'll be curious to see what Virginia does this year. And I've got NC State actually winning the game, but I'll be curious to see what Virginia does this season. I feel like he is one of those guys who is, I don't know if he's in like the top group, but maybe can work his way into that top group, like that next group of coaches, for the bigger jobs out there of Virginia. I don't know if they can do what they did last year, but post another really good year. It's pretty impressive what he's done up there.
I thought it was impressive the way he was able to get it going last year. I mean, listen, we know the guy was a good coordinator at Clemson when he was there. So, yeah, I could see Virginia turning it on, and he's a pretty good recruiter too for Virginia. So, yeah, I think they'll be in the top half of their league this year for sure.
God, that's a really good point. That makes him even kind of more valuable. It's hard to. I mean, Carolina does pretty well going up to that DMV area and getting kids. Virginia is a different animal, right? But he does have the relationships. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Virginia's tough to recruit too.
Yeah. No doubt. Well, I mean, shoot, Strick. I mean, this is your story to tell. Have at it. But I remember very well when they came to Williams-Brice in 2003. Three.
Oh, that was a tough one.
When Corey ran into that safety, and I don't know if he ever played again.
No, that guy never did play again. But yeah, Virginia came in.
Y'all beat the crap out of them.
Top 10 team. We beat the you-know-what out of them.
The do.
Now, I will give it to them. They didn't have their starting quarterback, Schaub.
Yeah,
so that they may have kept it a little closer, but we beat them pretty good.
Okay.
They just couldn't stop us on offense. They couldn't stop us. We were just running the ball. We were telling them we were running the ball too, and they just couldn't stop us. Like literally, we were telling them we're running the ball right here. You
guys looked at Virginia's depth chart?
No.
Okay,
I know
that they've got.
Gregor.
Yeah, is it 16? Is it 16?
I haven't looked at the injury report. I haven't looked at the injury report. Peyton Lewis is a player Carolina recruited that went to Tennessee from Virginia. He's there as the backup. Eli Holstein's a quarterback that signed with A&M out of high school. Has been all over the place. From Louisiana, everybody thought he was going to be good. He's not. He's the backup. Bo Pribula from Missouri is the starter.
Oh gosh.
And this is the most interesting one. Ryan Brubaker.
Oh wow.
Is the backup center.
Is he really?
So he is
okay.
Brubaker. And I don't know if he was on the injured list or not, but I'm just looking at the depth chart here.
So
yeah.
Hey, Strick, do you remember the quarterback that I think two quarterbacks played in that game. The Hagens kid, and then the other kid was Anthony Martinez. Do you remember him?
Well, Martinez played the majority of the game.
Yeah. And then Hagens kind of came in. They couldn't. But remember how big Martinez was? He's about as big as you. I mean, you were 300 pounds. He wasn't 300 pounds, but he was 6'4", like 240 pounds. He was a big kid.
Yeah.
All right. When I was in JUCO playing baseball, I played against him. He quit football and he went and he was playing at Lewisburg Junior College, and they were the number 2 team in the country. We went up there and played them in 2005. And I was the third batter of the game. I hit third in the lineup. I was third batter of the game, and this kid blows 2 fastballs right by me. I couldn't even see him. I mean, they were mid-90s. Kid got drafted by the Braves. The third one hit me right in the hip bone. And so and it was cold. Man, it was probably 35 degrees. I barely trotted to first. And I was standing over there on the bag, kind of stretching myself out, going, my God. And I looked up, and there's this monster standing at first base. I guess I didn't realize how big he was until I was standing next to him. I'm not very big. And it was him. It was Anthony Martinez. He looked at me. He goes, "You all right, little man?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm all right." I said, "You tell him he don't need to pick over here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not diving back into first." But that was him. And we actually talked after the series. He just said he loved baseball, and that's why he gave up football and all that stuff. But yeah, he was quarterback in that game. It was pretty crazy. Nice guy though.
Yep.
All right. Well, the quarterback in the game next week's a guy named Lenora Stellers. Have you heard of him? He can't throw the deep ball, and he doesn't go to school. Have you heard all that in the last week?
Yeah, I heard all that. The deep ball thing, I hadn't heard, but I guess y'all referring to the
some video,
the made up sling commercial.
Yeah, some video.
Yeah,
we didn't see him throw any deep balls like at any other time in his career. That video tells the entire story.
He throws the best deep ball in the entire country.
That's coming from scouts too. It's not like you're just making that up,
Pretty much consensus on that.
I mean, good Lord, man. The one against Clemson was ridiculous.
Yes.
Rolls to his right and then has to step backwards 1 step and then throws it 70 yards on a rope. I mean, good.
It's incredible. Well, so I wish Michael was here to kind of babble his way through this, but he's not. But one of the things that we have learned about defending this offense, and you've talked about a lot of this, John, the pre-snap, the amount of motions and window dressing and all that type stuff, but it really is an offense that is set up for explosive plays, the tempo and things like that. And you got to have really good safety play to defend a Bryles offense, a Lane Kiffin offense, a Josh Heupel offense, these types of schemes that move quick and chop it up and then try to bang you on a big one there. So when you think about that, you just mentioned it, how well he throws the deep ball, right? And you think about the fact that Nick Harbor's proven it. How curious are you, or where does your attention turn as far as other guys? We know they're all kind of jumbled up out there. I think Bennett and Black are going to start alongside Harbor, but they're all going to play. Like, what are you looking for out of those wide receivers that maybe will separate them from some of the other guys to earn more minutes and more snaps? Like, what's important in an offense like this?
I mean, it's really 3 things, obviously. One, run good, clean routes, right? 2, block for your teammates. 3, catch the damn ball. I mean, that's it. That's all there is to it. And the guys who are doing that the best are the guys who are going to play. I mean, it's really simple out there. I mean, that's what you got to do. you can't be lazy route runner. I mean, Flint would be perfect to talk about this. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't be lazy on your route running, just assuming, yeah, I'm a good enough athlete. I'll just get open. No, you gotta be crisp on those routes and precise, which helps the quarterback. Because if you're off by a yard or two on your route, and the quarterback's throwing to that spot, that's calls for disaster. That's when interceptions happen, when receivers aren't doing the right thing, and then you got to block for your teammates. Because I think we're going to run the ball now. I can tell you that we're going to run the ball some, and you got to be out there blocking for your teammates. I mean, hell, I was just watching Hard Knocks Tuesday night. Unfortunately, the guy, the Bobo, the receiver for them, tore his ACL during joint practice, but coach was on his ass like, hey man, you're our blocking guy, like get out there, you want to start, you want to be on the field, block for your team, and that's what he does. He was a great blocker to open up stuff for his teammates, and it's what you got to do. I mean, and I know everybody was like last year why Matt Fuller played more. Well, he just didn't have his blocking down pat, but he's improved big time on that. There's more to these skill positions than just running or catching a football. There's way more to it. You got to be able to block, because if you can't block, then what's the point of even being out there? Because your guy's just going to make the tackle, and no explosives, no big plays, tackles for losses, all that good stuff.
Well, Strick, you go back to that Clemson game, and I rewatched it the other day, and there was a beautiful swing pass that was called for Jerron Howell to the left side. And really the offensive lineman, the left tackle, had to get out there. And I watched, and two wide receivers just didn't pick up the block. And it ended up being a 2-yard gain that could have been a 70-yard gain.
Yeah, those swing passes are so big, and it all really comes down to your wide receivers blocking. Those swing passes, if your wide receivers get manned up and get their blocks, I mean, you can almost get 8 to plus yards every time you throw that play.
Right.
But guys got to block. I mean, it's the difference in a 1-yard gain and a touchdown.
All right, John, give me your we're going to put you on the spot here. Give me your best guess as to what the starting five will look like.
I knew you were about to ask that. I just saw it coming. Oh man. See, I didn't go to practice this week, so I can't really tell you. So.
That's why it's a guess. But you've seen,
I would go Arnett. I would go, yeah, man, this is tough.
At right tackle, you mean?
Yeah,
you're
probably. Poku right, Miller at center. Man, I'm saying Nolan Hay at left guard, and then I think it's between Shed and Smith at left tackle. I don't know. I mean, I think Shed's going to be starting at one of the tackles. How about that? Can I cheat a little bit? And then Arnett and Smith will be at one or the other.
I think that's very fair.
I think that's
I think Hayes starting at left guard, guys. I mean, that's just
that's the one there. It's like
I think he is. I think
that'll
he's
be
our starting left guard.
I mean, it's kind of where I've been on this thing, but JC almost beat me up the other day when I said that. He's Hank Purvis's bodyguard. He said, no.
I mean, listen, I'm thinking these battles are so close. It could change next week, and
is that good?
It is good because competition breeds greatness. If you get comfortable at your position and nobody's pushing behind you, in my opinion, you don't practice as good. You don't play as good. It's always good to have somebody behind you that if you just screw up just a little bit, your ass is on the bench.
All right.
Hey, Strick, can you compare last year to this year with that statement?
Well, John, telepathy, whatever. That's where I was
like, as far as the competition and the offensive lineman feeling pushed, because
before the season. Yeah,
I don't think the depth was really there last year, and I also think you had a lot of younger guys, that just maybe that mentality, that wisdom on the offensive line just wasn't there last year, especially when Case and Henry got hurt early. I mean, that I think that threw some things off. Um, I just think this year they're just a older, more experienced group, a lot of seniority in that group, and I think they're carrying themselves a different way. So yeah, that's where I think the most difference is. I mean, the guys we had last year, I mean, they had the talent. It just for whatever reason they couldn't put it together. And listen, I think there's several reasons for that. It's not just the individual players. I think it was this. Me and Travell Wharton had a talk last week, and we were just talking about, man, the offensive line just hadn't been up to par the past few years. It just hadn't. And I said, give me your opinion on why you think this is, because you've coached offensive line in the NFL for a long time. You played in the league 11 years, and we played together. I mean, I said, what's your thoughts on it? Basically, he just said, sometimes I just think it's the teaching and the scheme they're trying to run with these guys. And sometimes it's good for something new and fresh. And I know what he's referring to. We've had the same offensive line coach for a long time. And Travell said he felt like it was time for a change. And hopefully this is the cause for the improvement.
Oh, it's not. It is interesting because it came from Travell. It's not interesting in the fact that we get it. We're like, yeah, okay, fair enough. I don't know that this is a very fair question to either one of these kids, because I think that players are different, and obviously this is a different scheme. But how much do you remember around this time last year, preseason, what you were seeing from Shed Surratt? And then now that you've seen Darius Gray, how would you compare the two as freshmen before they played a snap?
Well, they're a little bit different players now. I mean, Shed's a very athletic guy for as big as he is, but Darius is just, I mean, he's kind of freakishly athletic. I mean, I bet that guy can run high 4.8, 4.9 40, man. I mean, and he looks the part. I mean, just the way his shoulders and arms are built, chest. That's what the NFL likes. They like big chested offensive linemen. They love that. And he just looks the part. He looks like he's been in the college weight program for about 3 years already. I think he's going to be a hell of a player for us in the future. I would say, I mean, listen, it's so hard to compare because, yes, I went out to practices last year when Shed was a freshman, but do I remember off the top of my head, just watching him? And no, I don't. So I can't really compare that. But they're both really good players. This is why I'm so torn on who's going to be starting at the tackles. I mean, I really don't know. It's between three guys for the first game for the two spots. That's my feeling. I think Darius Gray is the fourth guy, but from everything I've heard, he's picking up the playbook pretty good. He's picking it up pretty good because he got here early summer in June, started working on all of it. So he got his nose in it, started studying it. But man, I just hope this first couple games we play like we should play with the talent that's on this roster, and we get some of these young guys like Darius Gray in there and let them get a lot of snaps. Get Woods in the game. I want to see a lot of that, and give these other guys a chance to play. But with this being a new offense, though, you do want your starters out there and just getting a rhythm as much as possible.
That's my thing about the options and scenarios up front on the offense, because it's fascinating. I don't have an opinion on what they should do. And if it were Miami, if that game had not been, I think there maybe be noted. I mean, it wouldn't be as big of a decision, but Peak's going to probably be back by Mississippi State. Okay, you've got Kent, and then Towson, who lost to the mighty Black Bears of Maine last night at home, and looked bad doing it. So you should win these games, right? And so you're not worried about a Miami DN coming off the edge and obliterating Seth Smith, and you got to move your more athletic guy over or whatever. So the question is, all roads kind of lead to Shed Surratt with this. And it's no surprise he's their most versatile, one of the most versatile guys. So the question is, because he worked at left all spring, he's worked at left at the beginning, then he started working at right, and they got Gray in, and Gray was working at left, and Seth Smith's gotten better. So do you say, well, we got Poku over there on the right, and whoever the guard is on the left, Shed needs to learn how to communicate if he's going to be our starting right tackle with Poku in a game, and because communication, as you've pointed out many times, is everything. And do you go like, well, let's just let him get comfortable there. So by the time Mississippi State gets there, they're working in tandem better than ever. Mm-hmm. And then Seth Smith, just kind of like, if he's listed on the depth chart as number 2, they don't switch anybody. He just goes in, and Seth Smith can get valuable reps at left tackle. And then you just plug Peak in, and he can start communicate, and then, Peak will have to learn to communicate with Purvis or Hay. Or do you say, no, we're just going to put our best 5 out there first, no matter hell or high water? And you do it that way. And then Shed would go to left, and then Arnett would go into right, and all that good stuff. Now, Shane did say the other day, he mentioned a rotation, and that freaked people out. But I'll say this, in this offense, they're not just going to run in 2 offensive linemen in the middle of the play and slow it all down.
Yeah, thank you. All right, because I saw some comments on that. How can you rotate linemen in when you're running tempo? Guys, he means like a different drive.
Yeah,
he's not talking about drive. This ain't like wide receiver running in and out. That's not what he's talking.
I mean, I've seen some forecasts.
I was dying laughing when I saw that comment for somebody.
Yeah.
No offense if it's anybody in here, but just
but that's what they're talking about. Because normally, even between drives, you're not subbing on the O-line. You usually just play the first 5, maybe 6. So what I was thinking is, it's going to be 97, 98 degrees on Saturday. Hot. No cloud cover, according to the latest forecast. Dude.
Good thing I sit under the shade in the club.
Yeah, I mean, so there's going to be there's going to
93.
There's going to be some, there may be some need to kind of 93 according to weather.com this morning. So it's gone down a little bit, but it's going to be hot. There may be a need for these guys to get a breather. I mean, they're big dudes. They're in good shape, but I mean, the cramping and things like that you have to account for. So I don't know that this is necessarily a bad. I mean, I don't think any coach in the country is taking their first game lightly. Like it's a scrimmage, it's the first game. But I do think that against opponents that you're going to be okay with your second guys playing. You can sort of, with regards to personnel decisions, you can sort of say, okay, well, maybe against a Miami or somebody at Mississippi State, somebody like that, it would be a different decision. So.
Yeah, well, here's what I think is going to happen. Yes, you can get strategic like you're thinking, but I really think this first game, the coaches are going to put the best 5 out there and roll with it. So whoever the best 5 are that have performed in the past week, that's who's going to be the starters. But hey, let's get 10 guys in there and see if we can find 8 or 9 guys we can play with this season.
That was going to be my next question, Strick. You kind of look at these 2 games, and South Carolina is not accustomed to having, like, let's call it what they are. Most teams would call it cupcake matchups, right? You still got to go out there and win the game.
They are.
But, like from a mindset standpoint, can these be treated almost like the 3rd and 4th scrimmage of the season where players are still earning their roles and showing the coaches stuff on film? And then maybe that Mississippi State game is, we have all the information. It's time to roll.
Well, that's every game, Matt. It doesn't matter. That's Mississippi State. That's Alabama. Every game, you got to earn the right to be the starter next week. And starts in practice, goes into the game. You're going to get graded on that film on how you played. And you could be the backup after that week. So it's every game. So saying, treat it as a scrimmage, no. Every game is judged, graded, and
I
things
love that.
Yeah, that's how it
Love
works.
that.
Yeah, John, I think that I know we're a little bit past noon here, but consecutive ball games.
I'm in no hurry, so just whatever.
Well, I am. It's Friday. Consecutive ball games against teams like this are when I often think about Nick Saban, because Coach Saban was the best I've ever seen at putting the focus, his team's focus, back on what they do versus who they're playing. Because I think, you look back at your career, obviously, when you were at South Carolina, you played 8 games against the SEC. You played a ninth against Clemson, but you had other games to play too. I know we talked about Virginia, but there's going to be a cupcake or two from time to time. And when you go through an entire offseason and spring ball and then summer workouts, preseason camp, and then you open the year with 2 teams that honestly, South Carolina should put their third stringers out there this weekend and win the game comfortably against Kent State. No disrespect. Same thing with Towson. But those games can also create issues if you aren't careful. And so I think that's one of the things, going back to what you were saying just a little bit ago. I think it's critically important. And Shane Beamer has said this numerous times. No, we're going to treat opponent 1 like it's anybody else. We're going to be really focused on being the best version of South Carolina that we can be, because if not, Mississippi State could walk in here and punch you right in the mouth, and they need to be prepared for that.
Yeah, 100%. And I'll say this. I mean, I played when we would play these small schools. It was kind of like, yeah, we're playing, but it wasn't like,
yeah, that's natural.
We got a SEC game at home. I mean, it's just a whole different vibe. Even the fans, it's a whole different vibe, and it's hard, especially for young people, to kind of get that mindset out of their head. And I think sometimes that's why you just see early games against lesser opponents that are a lot closer. And this just isn't South Carolina. This is all over the country. That the games are closer than they should be. But if they can take care of business right, I think we can see a lot of people play the next 2 games, which will be good. Because I want to see some of these young freshmen that I've heard so much about get out on the field and do something.
It almost makes you wonder which game is South Carolina more likely to succumb to I don't want to call it a poor performance, but an underperformance. Because they are.
First game.
You think it'd be the first game versus Towson?
Kent State.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You think it'd be Kent State more so than it would be against Towson?
Yeah, I think so. I think, like JC said, I mean,
like working the King's side.
No offense to Towson. I mean, really, but it's just the talent level is not even close.
Oh no. So okay, all right. I think we're agreeing then, because I would
anticipate. You said like a let up, like maybe they don't play as good.
Yeah, like I'm saying. So you think that the Towson game would be the game where they would just kind of be sleepwalking? I mean, they'd be up 30.
No. I think that one would I think that was going to be a total blowout, kind of like Coastal Carolina last year. I'm saying the Kent State, this first game of the year.
Okay. Working out the kinks.
It's the first game, a lot of new guys, new offense. You're not playing Georgia, Tennessee, whoever SEC game at home. I mean, you'll be pumped because it's the first game, but it's Kent State. I mean, and I don't mean that in any kind of way. It's just, it happens. And you have to find a way as a player, though, to get that out your mind.
Yeah.
Well, Strick, I might even ask you the question a different way. And, with you saying that Kent State is going to be the one that maybe there's some sleepwalking, maybe there's some ass chewing that needs to happen. And then when they get to Towson, that mindset has maybe clicked a little bit more because they got their butts chewed out all week for loafing or not taking it seriously or not holding their block or the little things that you don't think about in the game, but then you see it on film and you get ripped.
listen, it's human nature. When you know you're superior to somebody else, that it's just in your mindset. It's like, oh man, this is gonna be easy, right? So it's human nature. All of us do it in one form or fashion or another with anything in life, and that's one thing you have to try and erase out of your mind on games like that. So I don't know. I hope we come out full blown, let's go, jacked up, killing people, burying them in the grass, and beat the hell out of them, and then we can not talk about this again.
We can move on to more SEC pastures. And that's
I just know how it is. Listen, we played Louisiana Lafayette first game 2003. We won 14-7. We played so sloppy. I mean, there was so much stuff going on offense that day. It was just sloppy. But you know what it was? It's just what I was just talking to you about.
Lack of focus. Well, I'd love just to be a fly on the wall.
Listen, we thought we'd just roll our helmets out there and win, and then, we just didn't come prepared.
It's why there's upsets in March Madness. When the other team gets confidence, and BJ's talked about it. I've talked to BJ Mackey about this a few times. When they lost to Coppin State, he said, I knew halfway through the first half that no one else had the fire in their eyes that the other team did. Yep. And they knew it was possible.
I mean, listen, it's just like App State, Michigan, way back in the day. Remember that first game of the year?
Yeah.
For Michigan, they wound up going 9-3, or was it 9-3? I think they went 9-3, but it should have been 10-2. But they lost that App State game because they didn't come ready to play, and that was back when App State. I mean, they were good, but they were a division down. They weren't like the App State they have been of recent years.
No.
And all it takes is one little slip up, and you're not ready, and that other team wants it more, even though you're way more talented, you're bigger, you have the better coaches, you probably maybe even have better schemes, but if you don't come out ready, then you can get your ass cut.
So ask our boy Sean Elliott about that. Hey, where is Evans, Georgia? Is that the Atlanta area?
Evans, yeah, it's close to Atlanta.
There is. Everybody thought that Darealist Clark was like the coolest name ever at Kent State, and maybe it is, but he does have competition
somewhere else.
I don't think so.
No, I believe he's still there.
He's definitely still there. He's a preseason All-American at kicker.
Yeah, I know that, but I thought maybe there was another name similar to that a kid had that I thought.
They're saying the Augusta area. Well, this kid is a 5'9", 150-pound freshman defensive back from Evans, Georgia, and his name is Buddy Rowe Guerrer. Buddy Rowe.
Oh, yeah, Evans is outside of Augusta. I went and bought a trailer there one time, by the way.
Well, you might have bought it from the Buddy Rowe Guerrer family.
I don't
Buddy
think it was
Rowe.
that.
B-U-D-D-Y. B-U-D-D-Y-R-O-W. Buddy Rowe. That's fantastic.
They got some great names.
Yesterday.
They really do, man. I love this. Hey, Buddy Rowe. Why don't we just name him that? Oh, all right. Let's do it.
Buddy Rowe.
Buddy Rowe. Yeah, there's
Buddy
a couple of names on here. I don't know, we'll have to. I'll do some research next week, but our friend Todd Ellis is going to have a tough day if some of these guys are in the lineup.
Hey, by the way, on my segment on Fridays going forward, when we're exiting the show and I know we're going to do like some picks and stuff like we do every year. I need Treaty Oak playing, okay?
Okay. What do you want? The bourbon song, the Ode to Bourbon?
Well, no, because that'll take away from JC's. Well, are y'all doing one combined show on Fridays starting next week?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, you just might as well roll that one then.
Yeah, we'll make that happen, Strick. Don't
worry.
It's in the right studio.
Is that what you want, the Ode to Bourbon? I think that's their best song.
Yeah. Just Another Missed Call is pretty good. There's a lot of them.
West Texas Degenerate is probably my favorite song, but we can't play that on the air.
Yeah, you can't.
So.
Yeah, so I'm good with it.
I know some of those. I'm sure you know some West Texas Degenerates yourself.
Yeah, right?
I know a few.
You know.
Know a few I've done business. Well,
Hunter Hopperton. He's a fullback, 6'2", 255 out of Streetsboro, Ohio. Well, now, wait a second. We got a Farley here from Ohio. I wonder if he's related to the great Tommy Boy. Gavin Peeps. This is great. Oh, man, I know what I'm doing this weekend. I'm going to go through and figure out all the coolest names in college football. Somebody puts out a list every year, but I'd like to do it myself. Lennox Lemon. Any more brain busters?
These are good.
These are fantastic. Buddy Rowe. Oh, man. All right, Strick. Well, we will certainly see you next Friday, and our old pal, he'll be here.
Yeah, he's on the way back from old Fort Lauderdale, having a good time on a weekday.
Yep.
He was working, man. He was working. So
he was working. Poor guy. My phone rings after 9 o'clock. You know how it is. You got to flip a coin as to whether you're going to answer it or not. But
he likes calling me at 11. I don't know why.
John, I don't know what. Probably because that's when he's about halfway through that box of wine, and
yeah, that's what it is.
You know, he just figures the hell with it. If I'm up, he should be up.
His kids are asleep. The box of wine's almost gone. It's getting close to bed. Let's call Strick for 30 minutes to an hour.
I know. and then tell you for 10 minutes that he's got to take his ass to bed. I got to take my ass to bed. And he says it 50 times. I'm like, well, do you mind doing it? Yeah.
Well, you know what that means when he tells you that. That means, hey, I need you to say the same thing so we can get off the phone.
That's what I do.
If you don't.
Yeah, man, I got to get these cheering up in the morning, man.
I did tell him that the other night when he called me. So, all right. Yeah, I got to go to bed too, man. So I'll holler at you tomorrow. All right, see you. Phone rings literally 20 seconds later, calls him back. We talk another 10 minutes. I'm like, what
that's what I'm saying. It's like he
Hey, I forgot something.
Yeah, it's like he wants you to come up with something else to talk about. I'll take my ass to bed. Well, what do you think about the linebackers? Oh, yeah, man. Hey, dude. Hey, Fred Johnson, man. Dude, that dude's a freaking dude. He's a dude. I keep telling MJ, he's got to watch his film. He's got to hit people like JR. And that creates oh, man, I got to see this video of MJ the other day in flag football. He just wants you to open another can of worms.
That's it. That's all he wants.
I'm just going to start doing the old JC, what's it called? The Irish goodbye when he says that, when he's like, I'm about to take my ass to bed. I'm like, all right, man. And just hang up the phone.
No, you don't say anything. An Irish goodbye is you don't say anything.
Yeah, you just hang up and
you just
walk away from the group and go home.
But when you're out with some people and you just disappear and everybody's like, damn, where did such and such go?
That's never Michael.
Irish goodbye. No, that's never Michael. No. That's one of my other best friends, John Plowden. He used to do that all the time.
Yeah.
We'd be up at Tin Roof back when we were younger. We're standing there and we're like, hold up, where's Plowden at?
Dude.
Nobody knows.
I will never. I don't know if I told you this. I meant to tell you this last week. That night after Coach Tanner's thing when we all went to Tin Roof.
Yep.
And you and Chrissy were sitting in your seats that have your names on them.
Yeah.
I remember Smoke was trying to get a drink from the bar and y'all weren't moving. And he turned, Justin didn't really know you, and he turned around and he goes, who's this guy? I mean, is his name on the chair or something? I was like, actually, yeah, check this out. He was like, what the, I mean, I can't say what he said.
Well, I think I let him squeeze in between us.
I think you did too, but you weren't doing anything wrong. That's just Justin. He just, says random stuff. He's like, this guy hasn't moved. And I was like, well, that is his chair. It's got his name on it. It's a nameplate. That was pretty funny. I got to get out of here. So anyways, I got to get out of here. Strick, well done. Checks in the mail. Matt, well done. Checks in the mail to you too. Actually, I don't think we did.
Dinner at Hall's. All right.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
That sounds good. And we'll start our bourbon of choice back next week for game weekends.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
All right. Thanks, brother. Sherbert, Mad Dog, tip of the cap to you. I'm sure I'll be talking to y'all like in 45 minutes or something. So,
yeah.
Anyways, Matt, best of luck. See you Monday.
If you own a home, don't wait on these home safety tips. Flush your water heater, clean your dryer vent, and inspect your roof annually. Don't forget to check washer hoses and caulk in wet areas. Visit RestoProsMidlandsSC.com.
The road to success, well, it isn't always a straight one. I tell my kids every day before dropping them off at school, don't take this for granted. Tuition assistance from the South Carolina Education Lottery helped me go back to school when I needed to make a change. And I'm so grateful because now I am where I'm supposed to be.
Better opportunities means a better South Carolina, and a better South Carolina means a better you.
Do you carry? Carry responsibly with us. What could you lose from a Self-Defense Act? Visit protectwithbear.com to find out more. protectwithbear.com.
Troy Branham of Golden Gate Mortgage can help you save big today anywhere in South Carolina. Over 27 years experience. Visit ggmortgage.com. Troy Branham of Golden Gate Mortgage says go Gamecocks.
Dry Space Crawl Space Solutions are your local home protection experts. Crawl space encapsulation, sump pump and drain installs, humidity control, duct cleaning, basement waterproofing, concrete leveling, and French drains. We do it all. Visit dryspacecs.com. dryspacecs.com. Go Gamecocks.
If you have experienced water damage, storm damage, fire or smoke damage, or need mold remediation, you need Resto Pros of the Midlands. Visit RestoProsMidlandsSC.com and go Gamecocks.
Subscribe to FourQuarterFriday.com. High school sports coverage in South Carolina. Part of Rivals on 3. And the Chief Sports Network.
Indisposed, in the sky says no one knows. Hides the face, lies the snake, and the sun in my disgrace. Boiling heat, summer stage. Need the black, the sky looks dead. Call my name through the grave, and you scream again. Black hole sun, won't you go and wash away the rain? Black hole sun, won't you come? Won't you go? In my head, drown my fear to your oceans disappear. Black hole.
Welcome in, everybody, inside the Gamecocks. The show rolling on here. This is our final regular Friday of the season. Sorry, I'm trying to get her off the screen too.
Yeah,
Music
yeah.
was a little low on that one. I don't know how.
I don't know. Yeah, I tested. I
Up.
thought it was good. It's probably StreamYard our
Yeah,
program.
it might be because it's going through two different things here. But
Yeah,
I mean, dude,
wanted to.
stop
Yeah,
that, dude.
listen. Yeah, I mean that was something else. And my wife's been talking about. I guess like she's been, hey, this Thai girl's on America's Got Talent. And I'm like, well, I haven't watched America's Got Talent since like 2009, 2010.
Yeah, right.
You know, I was when Daltrey didn't win it that time. I was like, oh God, you know. Finally, I watched it and I did this deep dive on this girl. And I know we got a lot of music lovers here. And her name's Nene Royal. She works. It's like, you ever been to like a beach resort? There's like a little cover band out there playing outside,
right,
and all that. And so she does that in a place called Phuket, which is a popular beach resort in Thailand. And so, like my mother-in-law and everything, we're watching America's Got Talent tonight because the Ties stick together.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
Unlike the Gamecocks, that a couple of them that exist on X, that were just trashing Deputy Smitty in our show. I can't believe Deputy Smitty of all people. That's how much of a loser.
Missed that.
One guy claims in his bio he worked for a college football program, and so I read through his tweets, and I'm like, they probably fired you, bro. You know. Then you got other people. Yeah, well, everything's going to go 12-0. They on ITG, they just think 12-0, and so it's him and the psycho that was tagging Beamer and everything. Like the guy needs help.
Oh yeah,
Y2K or whatever.
Oh my goodness,
we had to finally mute him because he was tagging our show and tagging Shane Beamer, and it was getting kind of scary.
Right,
to be honest, it crossed all kinds of lines. And not of course not a good thought. So you know the former employee for a championship program goes and starts tweeting. You know, these guys, you listen to them, they go 12-0. So I rolled down through his list. And I guess because whatever he was charged with doing at whatever championship program he was part of, which I didn't even say football, so maybe not. I guess he was not in charge of player evaluation. Or he was and got fired. But why would he have done that if he won a championship? So I'm leaning towards nay on this. And you know, the first one I come to is just trashing Nick Harbor over stats. And I'm like, bro, if you worked in football, you would know, you know, coaches aren't sitting there going, oh God, the stats are terrible.
Yeah.
Well, the stats, bro. I mean, in fact, most coaches say this, stats are for losers. Okay. And every tweet I read was just like came directly from Loserville. So, and I hate to beat people up like that. I just don't understand the level of venom Gamecock fans have toward different factions and entities.
I know.
And Deputy Smitty is not controversial.
No.
You know, I mean, people are going to hate on me. You know, they'll hate on JB for different things. They'll hate on Phil. They'll hate on Matt. But Deputy Smitty? I mean, you know, one person was like, they need to take, it's a shame if, like, talking about Smitty, like, you know, it's like, it's a shame if the University of South Carolina credentials him. That just speaks volumes about that. I'm like, credentials? This is 2026.
Right.
There's something called a content creator that exists, right? You know, zero. And I'm like, good God. By the way, Deputy Smitty.
I was going to say, he's going to be real disappointed moving forward on this show.
Yeah, I don't give a damn. I mean, I'm sick of these people. I mean, it's probably because we need the season to get here, so we have things to talk about. But I've sat there and read this crap for 3 months, and I'm just done with it while we have time to push back a little bit. Deputy Smitty spoke at the Greenville County Gamecock Club meeting, by the way, along with Derek Moore. And it was very successful. Obviously, people that are adult Gamecock fans that understand things enjoy him. And he's got a big following. His number speaks for itself, as do ours. And I think, you know, some of these people are just so miserable in life that anything that's not negative all the time and miserable like they are if that happens, if anybody, then all of a sudden they say they're going 12-0.
First off, nobody has said that.
I've talked about this crap every day for the best off season. I don't remember ever when I said 12-0. You know, I think I said the other day 7-5 would be disappointing because I feel that way. I didn't say they wouldn't.
No,
Jamie Bradford's never said 12-0. I mean, Matt, did you ever hear that? Is it because we don't trash Nick Harbor? Or is it because you don't work in football anymore and you're just bitter? You're
upset.
a bitter guy. Oh my God. See, I got the bigger microphone than anybody. I mean, I don't stop messing with us, man.
I know.
I mean, like
but be sure
you know what's a fun
on
thing?
Tuesdays through the football season because Deputy Smitty's going to be with us every Tuesday.
Yeah, Debbie's, and I'm not changing that. I don't give a crap who complains.
Right.
I mean, you're not going to love every guest in every show, and if you don't like the show, that's fine. But making a comment like they should take it, which means you're trying to start a little movement. If he did have credentials, this is so stupid.
I know,
but hey, it's Stupid Friday. If he did have credentials, you're trying to start a little movement with your buddies on X, hoping it goes viral to damage him. And you don't understand that it's what you're doing so insignificant it wouldn't. But just the fact you would think to do that because you don't care for somebody's YouTube videos. I mean, or are you jealous that he got him? Because you could never get up in front of anybody at any Gamecock Club meeting ever because you're probably too shy. Oh, I'm nervous in front of crowds. You're probably too nervous to do that. So you sit behind a computer on X all day and tweet hate towards people you're fundamentally jealous of. You kind of probably wish you were Deputy Smitty. And I feel sorry for you on that. I've never personally in my life had that much envy. But if you do, man, it's okay. What you should do is just always get it out on X. And then it would really be a little bit better if you identified who you were, like with your real name, like the rest of us do. Right. And then wherever you work, maybe we could have a conversation with them about some of the Yelp reviews you've been reading or some of the stuff you put out. I mean, the one guy with Beamer, I was about to turn some of that craziness to the authority. I mean, it's scary, and I don't think people realize how much they kind of frighten people with stuff like that. I mean, it's like, what are you doing? Why do you care? But we love the haters here.
We need more Dear Diaries. We need more Dear Facebook. X is just turned into people's diaries. And
I know.
And that stuff, if Fauci's diary can get exposed, everybody's diary can get exposed. Just, sometimes it's just nicer to say nothing at all. But who knows?
Yeah.
I know.
So I hit the nail on the head, which is why your butt hurt about it. Here he goes, Beamer Cock. This guy's been a D-bag this is the guy. It's Beamer Cock. So, and there he goes. Beamer flipped the wide receiver room to last year's group. That's really stupid.
No, we're just giving him an airplane. That's what he wants, JC.
I understand. No. I mean, I'm helping out the unemployed.
Okay, that's true.
That's right. We're giving him some.
And so he goes after an account for predicting 10-2 multiple times. And then this one account maybe he has a point about propaganda. I love the Gamecocks, but I hate propaganda. But see, there's a difference between propaganda. Number one, this account you're retweeting is not propaganda.
Yeah,
it's not coming from that place.
Yeah, propaganda is from the state.
So, and then they're mentioning Chris Phillips. See that they'll never forgive me for
that's right. Yeah,
going on with him and anyway. I don't know. Yes, I'm going through there. I'm going through all of them here. You hate Nick Harbor. And then the momentum invoice or the momentum investor. Okay, so he's into finance. Maybe I can get some tips from this guy. He says Todd Ellis could be the worst quarterback Carolina ever had. See, it gets back to statistics. All right, so so this is a genius. So this guy worked allegedly for a championship program. All right, and God, I'll probably find out this guy's name at some point. I'm going on a quest for this. So the championship game. So this is a genius that sits there and accuses us of putting propaganda. Oh, and this next one's a doozy too. And I'm going to get into this, guys, because I want to give you an example of stupid people and why stupid people in all situations do not help a program at all. Because what they do is they're nobody likes Pollyannas. Nobody likes sunshine pumping. Nobody likes propaganda. None of us do, and it's not. But what people that have this worldview are, which is a very stupid worldview, right, is there's no balance to their universe. It's either all one way or all the other. And then they just, instead of building a house with, different materials and stuff like that, what they do is they take a bunch of sand and stack it up and pee on it, hope it dries, and call it a mud hut. And it gets washed away as far as their takes go. That's how strong or weak it is. So here's the Todd Ellis. I know Todd Ellis has the most passing yards in USC history. All right, I thought you're a big stats guy. Well, okay. So you trashed Nick Harbor for only having 600 whatever career receiving yards. So does it matter or not? Okay, former employee. But he could be the worst quarterback we've ever had. Okay, I can list about 5 guys worse than Todd Ellis right off the top of my head.
Right.
But my guess is this guy never saw Todd play. And look, I brought up the interception. The interception record will stand the test of time. It's not positive, right? But guess who else threw a lot of interceptions? Brett Favre
argument.
But I thought we worked in football, right?
Well, LeBron James has the most turnovers of any NBA player of all time. He's on the court a lot. He's playing a lot.
And so if USC doesn't win 10 games this year, we need to excommunicate every single talking head around the program. The sunshine pumping is on another level. And I thought being 12 preseason last year was bad. Actually, it was 13. I thought you were a statistics guy and giving investor advice. Oh my God.
And we all have votes into that too.
There is more natty level talk than last year. And see, so here's propaganda. Here's the propaganda. It's not, hey, this is a really good roster, which is factual. Again, probably didn't work in personnel if you won a championship, thankfully. This is propaganda. This is propaganda. Because what this is, if they say anything positive at all, even though you've got facts to back it up, like, hey, that guy's really big and fast. And here's what he did on tape, and here's what he needs to work on. And if he can do this, like football happens, then he's going to be good. Otherwise, he's probably going to be the same guy he was last year, which is totally realistic if you know football. So anyway, the sunshine bump is on another level. There's more natty level talk than last year. I don't know of a single person that's serious that covers this program that has talked about a national championship.
No.
Now, maybe you picked up a little piece here and there, right? Maybe you heard me talk about the blue chip ratio. You don't understand the blue chip ratio. You don't understand football. And so you heard the words national championship somewhere in your mind. And yeah, I guess, there's a reason. So I just, it's kind of crazy.
I want to give a shout out to X-Man though. X-Man, you're not alone, buddy. I play Magic the Gathering too, and I don't consider myself a dork. So we'll play.
Those aren't dorks. Really?
It's actually really fun.
The dorks are the ones. The dorks to me are these people that sit on X. And I'm sorry for picking on Beamercock or whatever. I'm sorry for picking on you, and singling you out. But there's a lot of you. There's too many of you out there that continuously hit the send button, and people see it and amplify it. There's a very small percentage of folks, honestly. But I wanted to, because once we get in season, there's going to be all kinds of crap all over there that we'll have to ignore. But I didn't want to point that out. And I kind of think it's funny. I kind of think it's funny when you see something and you're like, oh God, did we do that? And then you look and see who's tweeting it. And you're like, oh my God,
this guy.
Look at this. It's just insane. So just like, so
Is he here?
Yeah, and so he's been blocked from a bunch of people. Gamecock fans undoubtedly will say next year is the year we break through in every whatever sport. Time is a flat circle, and a broken clock is right twice a day. I don't know. Look. I don't know that necessarily that's the case. That's kind of what Clemson fans say. That may be what's going on here, folks.
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
It may be
tell right there, right?
Listen, hey, check this out. Unbiased USC, former employee on another team's championship program. Maybe this guy, maybe that's what he is. Oh God, it's Billy. What's his name? The dude from the mom's basement. The Clemson fan that keeps the dossier.
Yeah.
That's who it is.
Is it really?
Because we've blocked him. Seriously, no, look at the patterns.
Yeah, it does sound about right.
It looks exactly like that.
I feel like we have the Always Sunny, like the post-it notes on the wall, like figuring this thing out. Wow.
Yeah, look. Oh, dude. Yeah, it's like a
strong.
detective. No, because seriously, because only a like a diehard Clemson hater would say something about the receiver room like that, or that would, I guess he retweeted an article from 24/7. Write better. Write better. Write better.
Write better.
I'm only going to write in 140 characters.
Yeah, that's right.
Nobody cares about a wide receiver one who had 600 yards last year. Production matters. Not freak athletic this, track athlete that. Who should be impressed? Well, if you want to talk stats, he did lead. And I agree, Nick Harbor. I mean, that's what I'm looking for is guys, I believe he should produce more. I have not necessarily been on the hype train the entire time. Of course, apparently been on a big homer going 12-0. I think it's intriguing to discuss about him and the offense. I do think he's improved every single year. And if you worked in football, you would know that's how football works. Most guys
go look at the games. Look at the games where Harbor gets 8+ targets.
Well, and and Matt's got some stats to back that up too. And then he did lead. If you love the stats so much, here's some. I mean, he led the SEC in yards per reception. So he must be doing something right because he did not lead the SEC in yards per reception the year before. So logic does dictate. By the way, I think Don Staley got a commit. I just saw that.
Yeah,
a birdie. I like the birdie with the wig. That's pretty cool. So anyway, yeah, this guy, he's run his mouth about our show or run his tweets about our show before and claims to have worked in football and all that good stuff. So somebody, oh God. Oh, and then this other guy, Diamond Gamecock, that took a shot at me. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that about the dude's mom. I mean, it's not supposed to be real life. Anywho, that's today in the world of haters. That'll be the last time we do that. I think we should make that, guys, like all right, so let's do that on the Friday before the season starts from now on.
It's like message board geniuses.
Yes, like we do the special teams thing 10 days out. So 8 days out will be our day to address the haters.
That's right. To address the haters.
It's going to get earlier next year, right? Is next year the Bowling Green or is that 28, Phil?
28 is Bowling Green.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so Bill Connolly, who's not a Gamecock fan at all.
No.
Has an article on ESPN, why South Carolina could be college football's next first national champion. So ESPN's saying it.
So it must be us.
So it's all us.
Yeah.
Bill Connolly, who never really writes anything positive about Carolina. Jesus, man. And you know why you have things like this pop up? It's because they see the players on the roster, right? I mean, it's so hypocritical because like all the argument all the time against South Carolina being good is they don't have the players. Now they got the players. It's like just people that think that, they're going to lose. A lot of Gamecock fans are like, well, yeah, they got the players, but Beamer's still the head coach. I'm like, well, look at what Beamer's issues as a head coach. There's a different plan and the issue.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. All right, Phil, let's take a break. Matt, I'm going to ask you about production when we get back.
Sure. I'd love to do it.
And we'll see. I'll get off. But yeah, that's what we should do, man. All right, so we're going to do that next year. So in 1 year, we're going to come back and address the haters. And I'm not talking about the folks that go after Brad. I defended Bradford the other day and defended Deputy Smitty today. I'll do that, but I kind of like getting into the weeds on that one. When you go back through and look at these people, what they tweet to everybody, you learn a lot about the mindset. And I'm convinced now it's that, I think his name was Billy Sticks or something, Clemson fan. He compiled a dossier of all of us, everybody that works in covers the Gamecocks or talks about the Gamecocks.
That's why I just try not to read it, man. It's like there's somebody that finds something terrible about you or doesn't like your style. Like, well, stop watching my show. Like,
I don't care. Yeah, it's like, man. I mean, you know who else has haters? And I've learned this about haters, and this is why I like to have fun with it now. It doesn't bother me anymore, so I can just be free and give it right back when it's time to do that. But look, I learned this. And it was recently. I found a old YouTube clip of Adam Sandler, and they had this thing called Mean Tweets on one of the late night shows.
Oh yeah, Jimmy.
And
Fallon.
somebody said, when the aliens come, I hope they eat Adam Sandler first. And I'm sitting there thinking, I was like, as beloved as Adam Sandler is, as creative and talented as Adam Sandler is, as good of a person as Adam Sandler is, he has haters. And I'm just convinced that when you're successful at something, you have a bigger following.
There's people out there,
because not everybody likes everything when it comes to entertainment and information and stuff like that. We're all different. And so a smaller percentage of people, and then the more you get a following, the bigger that group grows by percentage. It's just natural. So I take it as a compliment, but I don't like lies, and to sit there and just chalk us up to saying we're 12-0, really. And somebody that's positioning himself as having worked in football, it's kind of fun. We'll be back and going to change the subject after this.
Gamecock Traditions is your Nike superstore and your home for anything and everything with a South Carolina logo. Visit us in the Midlands and order online at GamecockTraditions.com. Go Gamecocks!
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Gary Patterson for your personal price plan today.
Walk me through the toughest case or situation we've had to handle without names or locations. Just what was the toughest situation?
The hardest one was there was an individual that defended themselves in their home and they're still criminally charged. And there was evidence that they were being sought after for something that they weren't technically involved in. And they're being charged criminally because they defended themselves inside of their own home for doing what was right and what we believe at Right to Bear to be a human right.
TheBigSpur.com, now part of On3. Join for just $1 today.
When you buy and sell your sports and fitness gear at Play It Again Sports, you support a local business. We pay our customers for their quality used sports and fitness gear and resell it, recycling it back into your community. Support local, score savings.
Palm Casual Patio Furniture presents our coverage of South Carolina football. Visit palmcasual.com today. Make your outdoor space the best it can be. Go Gamecocks.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Gary Patterson for your personal price plan today.
A really common fear in a workman's compensation case is what's going to happen to my job if I report this injury? And my answer to that is you still need to report your injury. I'm dealing directly with the insurance company, and the insurance company is going to treat you like a file number. So let me make sure that doesn't happen to you. Let me get involved in your workman's compensation case.
Coffee, weekday mornings with JC Sherbert. Watch or listen on the Chief Sports app, the Chief Sports YouTube page, and available on Apple and Spotify.
clowns are people too. Clowns are people too. Now I own some tiny horns and got me those red shoes. I don't know much, but know one thing that's true. If you don't know anything, just know that clowns are people too.
Now back to the clowns on the Chief Sports Network.
Welcome back, everybody, inside the Gamecocks, the show here. Final segment of the show for the week. Get to take a little break here, at least from the broadcasting side of things.
Yep.
Got Matt Anderson, the late night Gamecock, in with us here, so might as
Sure.
well talk some numbers.
Yeah, well, yeah, here in a second.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got to do this. I got to give a shout out to Bruin because I missed this. Dear Stan, I wrote you about the Gamecocks, but you didn't write back. That's cool. I figured you were busy tweeting at Coach Bieber. I tweeted him sometimes too while being drunk off my butt. Stan, are you there?
That's awesome.
That's the Eminem song. Oh, man. So, yeah, Cockweed knows who Billy Sticks is.
Oh, that's great.
Close to guy that's like, yeah, it's but yeah, if you look at the tweets and you look at the non-objectivity, but because you can't be objective and sit there and go, oh, it's the same receiver core, it sucks. Or you can't sit there and be objective and like trash Nick Harbor and all that. You can't be objective and call Todd Ellis the worst quarterback of all time based on admittedly a large number of interceptions. I mean, seriously, that wasn't good. But trust, I mean, you must not have watched a lot of Gamecock football nor known very much about quarterbacking.
Right.
If you think he's the worst of all time, or could be, or he's even in that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. And yeah. So anyway, that was fun. Matt, so on the bigspur.com, you're laying out the production. I don't want to explain this to people. Projection, running back projections, receiver projections, production. What Matt does is he's got a formula, just like fantasy football projections, right? And we're not giving away the proprietary, they're Matt's property. I don't understand it. But you came up with some interesting numbers, and I want to talk about the running backs real quick. Just kind of what you arrived at. I know that Kendall Brow's history as a coordinator has something to do with it, plus player production and things like that in the past. But it was really kind of an interesting read, I think, for all of you that read
it. Yeah, so off the cuff, Kendall Browse has shown that a tendency, if he has a truly elite running back, to really pound the rock with that running back. You can go back to Devin Singletary. You can look at Rocket Sanders. And normally there's going to be one running back that, if Kendall Browse feels gives them the best chance, is going to get the most carries. So, in everything that, you piece together the historical stuff from Browse, the historical stuff on the players, you piece together the situations that the offensive coordinator, the players have been in, and then you just try and paint a picture, JC. And you also take into account what you've kind of heard behind the scenes. And what we've heard behind the scenes is Matt Fuller is a running back that can jump on the SEC landscape for a casual fan who might not know who he is. And then you look at Christian Clark, and when he was given opportunities last season, he delivered. Then you have Jerron Howell, who for me is one of the most electric players on the football team. And then Isaiah Augustov, who had the opportunity at Colorado, had the opportunity at where else is he at, JC? I'm blanking on it right now. And that's
Arkansas early.
Arkansas as well. And you can kind of see that this is going to be a four-headed monster. And then you also have a dual threat quarterback in Lenore Sellers, who's going to get some design runs, some scrambles, that sort of thing. And you just look at it and you try and break it down. So, I think that based on my projections, Matt Fuller has an opportunity to be 1,000-yard rusher for the Gamecocks, actually 1,100 plus yards, maybe get 12 touchdowns. But then you also you can't just look at the rosy picture, right, JC? You also have to look at.
Let's be clear for all of you fired former employees of championship football programs, or people that resigned or whatever. I don't really care. You're not working there anymore, and the sport's better off for it.
Who resigns?
So be clear. So there's a best case scenario
Yeah.
A most likely scenario and a worst case scenario. So you just went through the best for Matt Fuller. So let's go.
Yeah. So like for Matt Fuller, you have a best case scenario where the offensive line really takes to, what Randy Clements is trying to do, takes to the Bryles system. It works in space. It's quick. It's fast. And you can see a best case, but you can also see a situation where despite an off season, a spring ball, a fall camp where maybe there's injuries, maybe players won't produce the way that we feel they will produce. So you can also get to a worst case scenario, and we all saw a worst case scenario last year where the offense gets predictable. It runs up the middle. The defense knows what's coming, and in that situation, you're probably going to be playing from behind as well. So in a best case scenario, you could see Matt Fuller with 215 or more carries. In a worst case, it might be 140 because the offensive line's not getting a push in the run game. Lenore Sellers is running around like a chicken with his head cut off like last year. And, there's going to be limited opportunities to run the ball if you're down the majority of the game. You have to pass to catch up in most scenarios. So, yeah, it's all on the bigspur.com. I've tried to explain it the best I could there. But, Christian Clark has an opportunity. I mean, you could see a best case scenario where, Christian Clark and Matt Fuller combined for 330 carries. Lenore Sellers chips in 100. Well, that's 400, 500, somewhere in that range amount of rushing attempts. And you're going to have that many plays over the course of the season. You're going to be playing at, potentially 72, 75, 80 offensive plays a game. So you have to work all that into your projections. And it's something that I brought to the bigspur.com this year. And I do this, and it takes a very long time to do, a lot of spreadsheets. And I didn't do it this year, but it's been successful when every year I've played fantasy football for the last 5 years. I do it for every team. I don't have as much time as I used to. But, yeah, so you can kind of just make, what could possibly happen. And that's where all this comes from. There's some receiving stuff on there. Yeah. There's Lenore Sellers as well. But remember, everything funnels from Lenore Sellers. As productive as Lenore Sellers can be for the Gamecocks, it opens up the run game. It opens up passing attempts. Remember, Lenore Sellers, even from a passing throwing standpoint, he only is average for his career, maybe 22 to 24 passing attempts per game. That's going to go way up, y'all. That number is going to be 27 to 30, maybe 30 plus in some games, but it's going to be more balanced. It's going to be also, there might be 55% of the end of the season are all rushing plays and 45% are passing plays, but Lenore Sellers has to get his chunk of that too. So it funnels down from Lenore Sellers and what he can do.
Yeah. And Kendall Bryles calls them mixed plays and they're RPOs because they were running these plays back in high school. And so they called them mix, and then I guess that didn't take. And so then they're RPOs. Lenore Sellers, his success this year, people can talk about who needs to throw it better or whatever. I think he's going to have a good year, and I think people are going to be pretty pleased with what he does. I think the difference between having a good year and a great year for him is going to be his ability to master these mixed plays, RPOs.
The RPO. It's the RPO.
Because it's just so, it's just so, it gets really tricky for D coordinators to try to stop it. If you're executing, if you're not, if you have, because what a lot of RPO plays have is you read the box, right? And if there's the box is like close to line of scrimmage, so there's 6 guys, it's a heavy box, it means run, so you're going to throw it. And this is very simple, the simplistic explanation for the basic concept. If it's not, if it's a wider, lighter box, you're going to run it. And then if it's then there's some where you take off and there's a tag, it's called a tag, where the quarterback has the option if he sees something to take off and run.
Well, it's also the hand to the running back as well. It's very complicated.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it's a lighter box, you run it to the running back. You hand it off.
That's what I was saying. Yeah,
and then the quarterback run is tagged onto that, and that's easier said than done to read those with certain quarterbacks. I don't know that Lenore's ever did a great job of those last year, but I don't know that they were more than like every now and then, because Mike Shula ran RPOs, Dowell Loggins ran RPOs.
Furry ran them too when he took over.
So it's Furry ran a lot of them. So it's just one of those things, that's that you build off of. It's very basic. Craig points out about what Perry said yesterday. If the linebacker turns and runs, you hand it off. If he attacks the gap, you throw behind him. Yeah, that's one of the things you do too. And that's kind of in after snap.
Don't forget this too, even pre-snap, JC, and this is something that I think is going to be.
Yeah, I explained the pre-snap before we got. That's what I was talking about was pre-snap reading the box. But post-snap
the movement and pre-snap is going to be different. Last year, the movement had no purpose.
Yeah,
this year it's going to have a purpose and it's going to be drilled in, and that's where Browse has made his bread and butter.
Yes, and so, but the quarterback still got it. Like Kendall Browse can dial them up all he wants. But if the quarterback doesn't execute that at the high level, it gets really hard, in my opinion. Because then it's like the whole purpose of these, you know what I'm saying? So I think Lenore Sellers has to do it.
I think there's something here too. We always talk about this, and I've said this, and you said it. Other national people have said it. In college, you're coaching to win a college game, right? You're not developing your players necessarily to be, Tom Brady or Joe Burrow, whatever. You're playing to win the game. But if there's anything that I can look and point to is Lenore Sellers was under pressure 163 times last year on dropbacks. That's a ridiculously insane number, right? We've all talked about it. But if Mike Shula maybe couldn't call the plays, but he could teach the progressions and teach Lenore Sellers the pro game, now you have a Kendall Browse coming in to do the other end of it. Like, okay, you understand how to read defenses. Yeah, you were just under pressure a lot last year. Nothing's changed now. But now we're going to be able to execute the college playbook, and you don't have to worry about the NFL principles. They're kind of sitting in the back of your mind to think about and draw from, but it's not primary like front cortex stuff.
Yeah, and it's quicker developing too. And for Lenore Sellers, I think when he plays faster, and what's the phrase I used last year, Phil? Aligned with the operational tempo of the game.
That's right. Yes,
that's when he's had his best games. Throwing it, running it, it doesn't matter. When it gets herky jerky and slow, and there were some games last year where I think Sellers looked at the sidelines a couple of times and he's trying to hurry things up. I think he just plays better. Some guys do.
Well, it's what he played in high school, JC.
Yeah.
And in high school, it was very much his high school film. If you go watch it, and I went to a lot of his games, it was more like a basketball game of runs. Like when they got on a run, it was, let's go. Come on. Let's go. I'm going to run the exact same play up the gut because they can't stop it. They can't figure it out. Like he has that somewhere in his cortex. Like he knows how to do it. But God bless him. He's had multiple offensive coordinators. And that's tough.
I think too, run game wise, you need him accelerating on like he's capable of on every open field run. It's like Clemson last year. He not only had the Houdini plays where he got out of trouble, he would then accelerate quickly down the field. And it would, the 2 touchdowns weren't his only big runs of the day.
No, he had 160
and that was
yards.
a different runner than we've seen in some games.
Yeah.
And I think if you can get to that with him on top of executing the RPOs and everything else, you could have that's the difference to me. It's all about the execution and the making the right reads. And I want to be clear about that because we've talked an awful long time about the system last year versus this year and how it was hard to learn in the execution, building off of what Matt accurately said, that the whole offense's success is going to flow out of him like most quarterbacks.
Well, let me add one more thing, JC. And look, I completely understand every game. What Strick was saying earlier, I agree with him. You have to treat every game as it's the most important game on the schedule. But running this offense against Kent State and Towson should be a tick slower from the defensive standpoint than it has been in practice. So it should give him an opportunity in practices and scrimmages to maybe the game slows down just a hair. And then when Mississippi State comes now, you're mixing, the Kent State, the Towson game, and the practices to say, okay, this is what he picked up quickly. This is what he did well. This is our wide receiver ran this route great. And, then you can kind of see something explode potentially against Mississippi State. But this is why in my projections, I have a best case, a most likely, and a worst case. Like there are multiple scenarios that Gamecock fans have seen every year.
Yeah. Yeah. And just to finish what I was saying. We've been talking about how the system was hard and all that. And this is easier to run and all that. And I want to be clear about this. He still has to execute it. Right. And I think though, as far as is this season going to be good or not, a lot just hinges on that. I think more so than the O-line, and all, unless the O-line's just another disaster. I think that but I'll also say this in fairness to Lenore Sellers, most teams' success depends on how their quarterback executes.
Right. Yeah.
Because if you have a problem with that, your offense isn't going very far, is it?
Yes, it's typically the number one indicator of whether or not your offense can move is how well your quarterback plays.
Exactly. Yeah. But
right.
Playing well though, a lot of times is execution and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that Lenore Sellers never needs to have freelance. You got to let him freelance too, and I think Kendall Briles will. But that ability to run that RPO game, I think, is going to be. Because you can just kind of see how hard that would be to figure. If you're a defense, okay, so we got to guess as to, we're going to figure out what they're doing, and then, by the way, if we trick him, he may just pull the ball and run around the edge where we don't have anybody, because we're both defending the inside run and we're defending we just let it turn him loose. You turn him loose.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will say one more thing about the turn him loose, and I know we got to get out of here, but this year, if Lenore Sellers can't score a touchdown, I think Gamecock fans should want him to slide. He is very important to this offense, and let's not call it weakness. Let's call it being smart, because it's a different offense if Cutter comes in, just like it is for any other program in the country. When the backup comes in, you have to adjust and change things. So if he slides, don't criticize him.
I think last year the problem was like when he was trying, it didn't look natural.
Exactly.
But a lot of things didn't look natural. And I the more I think about it, with the Mike Shula era, it's like, surely he's not doing that. And surely they're not installing Mike Shula's playbook and a new playbook. The whole reason you kept him, I thought, was to keep it going. Well, then you find out now you had to install a new playbook. And then I thought, surely they're not coaching him up and they haven't drilled it in his head not to run as much. Right. And surely they're not, but then it should look like it. Look at how awkward and herky jerky and almost spastic the slides were. And he didn't know where he was on the field, and he took the heat for that. Because people were thinking he was just loafing or whatever. I think that it was too much overload trying to make him into a pro quarterback, because that's what Shula knew. And really that's what Loggins knew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's their definition of a good quarterback. I don't blame them for that. I don't think all of the nuance of playing the pro game is coming into to play with Kendall Briles. But I do want to say, I want to be clear about this though, so I don't sound like I'm predicting 12-0, right? I want to say this: Lenore still has to go out and do it and execute, and that's the key, because there is a world where, based on what we've seen, where maybe it's a little iffy. You got to make the right reads and all that. But sometimes guys in their third year as a starter, that's when a lot of that gets cleaned up very, very at a high level. Fernando Mendoza wasn't the best, didn't make all the perfect reads at Cal. He was a great quarterback, and then that got cleaned up. And no, I'm not I'm not predicting 16-0 either, right? So, TD says Carolina's going 10-2. Michael says, see y'all game 1 week. We'll love to have you, man.
Yeah, man. We'll see.
Even with predictions, I mean, I predicted 10-2, but I also said at the end of the show it could be 7 to 10 wins. I mean, you got to pick a game at some point, and like Raphael says it all the time, like circumstances change, but
especially
it's fun. Like we all want to pick a schedule. Like I love picking every schedule in the SEC. It's fun. You're not going to be perfect. I don't live in Vegas. I don't own casinos. I just give my honest opinion.
I don't like picks. I mean, I don't like score predictions and stuff.
I know. I was doing that.
People
this
take
morning.
them way too seriously.
I'm like,
look at you. You said 23-14. It's 24-14. You're a moron.
But I like you picked
it was my hesitancy
North Carolina
with the
for the
article
upset.
too.
Huh?
It's like
Yeah,
it was my hesitancy with the projection. Like all I can do is give you the data, and this could happen. Like,
You just got to
saying
stick with it.
100%.
Yeah, you got to stick with the data, and it's funny because it's like, and it just kind of depends, on instead of seeing it for what it is. A lot of times, folks that they've convinced themselves they're going to believe, they're going to gravitate toward that best case scenario number, and be like, Matt Fuller could be a 1,100 yard rusher this year. The others are going to gravitate toward the worst case scenario number, and what was it, 600 or 700 yards? And they're going to be like, I can't believe Matt said he made 700 yards. He ain't going to sniff 700 yards this year. And I keep using a Southern accent for these idiots, and I don't mean to do that because I don't think they talk like that, Phil.
Well, dude,
actually,
right. Gosh, what's his name? Jeff Foxworthy had a great bit where he was like, Southern people are smart, but it's the Southern accent that throws people off. Like nobody wants your brain doctor to say, well, what we're going to do is we're going to cut open into your skull, dig around with the stick for a little bit, see if we can find that damn tumor. Like, nobody wants to hear that.
Dude, my doctor in Columbia is a great human being. He's from Kershaw County, I think, or some Winsboro, someplace like that. And he's got a little bit of an accent, but God love those people. But yeah, I gotta quit using that. Hey man, how you doing?
Oh yeah,
those are that's probably not who we're dealing with in Hater World.
No.
Anyway, we're gonna deal with Hater World in 365 days. In the meantime, be sure we still got the special going on thebigspur.com. $249 a month's what it comes out to, $29.95 for the whole year. It's a really solid deal. Like I've been telling everybody, this academic year at South Carolina, it's going to be eventful either way in all sports. You got nothing to lose, even if they lose. Even if we're all, God forbid this season goes horribly wrong.
Oh my.
And it's like, we're sitting there like in October going, oh my God, I don't think I can. I'm going to just take a vacation.
Yeah, we might have to take a week off.
Seriously, I'm just taking a week off if it goes that bad. I don't think it will. Nah. But, so in 365 days, you won't have to pay again. And so hopefully y'all consider it. Matt will be along with late night Sunday night, and then we'll start it all over again Monday. Don't forget next week inside the game. Yeah, that's good. It's good to do it on this day, Phil, because the haters thing.
Yeah.
Because next Friday we're going to the preview show anyway.
Preview show. So yeah, there's no room for haters there.
I love it. So we'll be rocking and rolling next week. The tailgate show is back. We're back Saturday morning. Don't forget 4-quarter Saturday recap, all the high school sports high school football action. I don't know, they're talking other sports on Saturdays. A lot of full slate of games tonight brewing from my heart to yours, to you and Matt Anderson. I am sorry about that start for South Florence. I know
it's a tough schedule, y'all. Tough schedule.
Look, the James Allen game, I halfway expected, if if you're a South Carolina Gamecock, unless your kid goes to Hilton Head High School or you're from Hilton Head, you probably shouldn't pull for Hilton Head ever.
Right.
For a number of reasons. That surprised me that they beat them like that. But we'll see what happens. Moving forward.
We're okay. We're fine. We're fine.
Burns,
Everything's okay.
Burns Rebels, Dorman Cavaliers tonight. The Highway 290 battle. Meet me. Now they do talk like that. Meet me at Publix. Let's fight. There's a Publix almost halfway between Dorman and Burns. You go through more. You go through more past our good friend that lives on Ray Hill Road.
Yeah.
He does live on Ray Hill Road. Past him, past the horse pastures and all, you get through more into Duncan. And that's how you get from Dorman to Burns.
That's right.
From Duncan to Roebuck. So big one tonight, fourquarterfriday.com. We'll have all the scores for you. Matt, dude, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, man. Always is. Y'all have a good one. I'm going to my fantasy football draft, and
that's right. Matt's got a big weekend too.
Good luck.
Thank you. I'll report in Sunday night if I hate my team.
Sweet.
That's right.
All right, the late night Gamecock, Matt Anderson for the Mad Dog. This is JC Sherbert. See you on Monday, folks. Game week is forthcoming.